Hello, everybody. Welcome to the week 14 Start Sit Show. I'm your host, your shepherd. I'm joined by the commissioner. I'm joined by the Jonesy. We are ready to rock and roll for you goats. Right now is the time.
Yes, it is.
It's the eve of the Sunday night football Sunday game, the main Sunday slate. We're not at Sunday night football just yet. I'm already getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to get past the 1 o'clock games. I don't generally wake up until like until like 3:30 anyway. Tron baby, what's up, Tron? Yeah, I know the Tron goat's ready. I did want to get you guys. I know, well, I have Jonesy's opinion because we were speaking about it, last night. But I know there's a couple of pairs of backs. All right, there's the two pairs, so four running backs that are going tomorrow. They're actually going in the same stadium. We've got the Chargers and the Chiefs. We've got Gus Edwards. We got Kamani Vidal. We've got Isaiah Pacheco. We've got Kareem the Dream Hunt. So out of these four, how would you like, if you had to rank it, right? If you had to like say, okay, fine, I have to start one out of the four, or what would be the pecking order between all four of these dudes if there were no other players to select from for you?
For me,
Yeah, well, I
probably
mean, I
I
had
probably
for you.
probably go. Probably wants to say Hunt because of the catching upside, but I think I go Pacheco, Hunt, Fidel, and Edwards.
So it's going to be the two Chiefs running backs, and then it's going to be the the
Yeah,
LA Chargers running backs. All
yeah.
right. And again, I kind of know, I kind of feel I know where the Jonesy's at in terms of the running backs. I know. I mean, they're both ambiguous at this point, right? They're both kind of up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I had to rank it in the same way, if I have to ask myself the same question, I'm going to do. Oh boy, I would probably want to do Kamani Vidal.
Hmm.
Then I'm going to do Pacheco. Then I'm going to do Gus Edwards. Then I'm going to do Kareem Hunt, unfortunately. I think the time has come. Now, what I mean by the time has come, we already saw Pacheco eat into his percentages, his snap counts, his carries, his all of his data, all the stats that we were loving out of Kareem the Dream. Pacheco came back and he chewed right into it. Now, I'm not suggesting that Pacheco is going to like really just take over the backfield tomorrow. But if it's an even split, I think Kareem the Dream isn't a very good fantasy option for us. He's not. I don't think he is. Yeah, he's gonna. So I mean, he may catch a ball out of the backfield or two, maybe he gets the goal line carry. Maybe Isaiah Pacheco gets the goal line carry. That's why it's kind of it's up in the air. Could we see it the other way? Could we see it as like Kareem will still maintain a slight lead over Pacheco? It's possible. It's
Yeah.
possible. It's possible. Now over to the Chargers. I know that we're all saying, yeah, this is a tough matchup. It is. It is. They're
Yeah.
going against a very good rush defense. They are. After thinking about this, Jonesy, I'm going to go out on the limb and plant the flag, so to speak. Kind of, at least for this discussion. I'm going to say that I think Harbaugh, Roman, the Chargers, I think they're going to want to stick it to the Chiefs' rush defense. I think they're going to come out and attack it. I
Yeah.
don't know what that really looks like. I don't think that really looks. I don't think it really looks like slamming the ball in between the tackles up against that line with Gus Edwards. I really don't. But whatever type of creativity that's required here out of these brilliant football minds, and I'm not talking about the three of us. I'm talking about the actual guys that wear the collared shirts and they've got different types of headphones on. I'm talking about Harbaugh, Roman, and that staff. This the run focused, run centric. I think they're gonna want to at least come out and attempt to really take it to the Chiefs, because if they do establish a running game, and I think it starts with Kamani Vidal. I really do.
He's more efficient than Gus Edwards,
and that's the dude with just more upside in general.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If that does take place, that will open the door for them in the passing game. I think if they try to come out and start firing the ball with just again, this could very well work. And we could very well see this play out, right? Play this tape forward where, so Justin Herbert and this passing attack is starting to sling it around, distribute it, especially if Lad McConkey is active, which I believe he's going to be. I know the practice reports weren't very much in his favor this week. Nevertheless, I don't think it's that serious. This is a damn important game. So you're gonna want, if they do want to, fire it away to Quentin Johnson. Maybe he catches it. Maybe Palmer get passing the ball, passing the rock. And if they don't get success from that early, then the running game gets taken away, because then they're anticipating it. It needs to work the other way around. I feel they need to establish the run to allow for the passing in this game. And also, folks, so let me hedge on that. So let's say they do open it up and primarily pass first. Okay, so who's to say that, they don't, someone gets down to the 10-yard line, the 7-yard line. Oh, Disley almost crosses the goal line. Oh, he's down at the 2. Now you say, down at the 2, you would think this would be a Gus Edwards call. Okay, it very well could be. That's true. But I still think that if it's going to start between the 20s, it's going to be with Vidal, not Gus Edwards. I mean that what we saw last week out of the two of them. A, both games weren't very good at all. B, I mean, they just they need to get something going, and I think they would attempt to get the rookie going. He's the one he's got more juice.
And plus, he's a better pass catcher too, so he can really play all 3 downs.
Well, Kamani Vidal.
Yeah.
So that's the knock, actually. That's what was reported. I forgot who. It was reported that he did not have played as much is because he did not catch a block. I don't know if that's actual, factual. Damn, I wish I could remember where I heard that, where he missed an assignment.
But I've seen him spread out on the flank in game. Couple games. Actually, I think against the Raiders the first time they played.
Yeah, and here and to that point, I mean, like, look, who else do they have besides Gus Edwards? I mean, they're rather thin right now. I'm sure that they've got another body, or they will have another body active, just because of the nature of the job. But still, like, these are the two. Now it's set up for Kamani Vidal to take this step forward in the absence of the guy that's really carried them there this entire season. I mean, look, Gus Edwards is not your long-term answer.
No.
Can he vulture a goal line score? Yeah. Now, that's why I'm not going to. I don't feel comfortable starting Gus Edwards. If you you would have to be really slim on your roster if you need to put Gus Edwards in on your flex spot. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, it's an intriguing matchup. It really is. Welcome, everybody. If you're just joining us and you caught my soliloquy on the Chargers running backs, the Kansas City Chiefs running backs, if you thought it was pretty much kind of okay, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody being here. TD Flip, what's up? How are you? Happy Saturday to all of our goats. What's up, Mr. Magic Goat? How are you this evening? TD Flip, gonna need some help. Yeah, we're gonna help you, TD Flip. We sure are. We're gonna help all the goats. All the goats are gonna get right into week 15. Zach Charbonnet, Keenan Allen, and Devontae. That's Devonta. Full PPR. Yeah, well, I mean, like, look, Devontae Smith is probably the best boomer bust that's still left in the field right now. Not named Jameson Williams. Coming back from the injury. He could have a really good game, but he's how many balls is he really catching us? Keenan Allen's the same thing. Especially if you've got a rookie Rome Odunze and you've got a DJ Moore who's expected to play. I'm pretty sure he's going to play, or at least his quote was that he expects to play. Now, we've seen some weird stuff happen this season so far in terms of like the injury reports, and some players that believe that they were going to go in, they didn't go in, or some just like reporting, even actual reporting from like the top dogs like Ian Rappaport per source expected to play, and then 8 hours later the dude didn't play. And we've seen that. Nevertheless, I think the play here is Zach Charbonnet. I really do. I know this is PPR. Zach Charbonnet will catch some balls for you. Zach Charbonnet is pretty much the only dude that's going to be in that backfield for the Seahawks. We've seen him get full volume. We've seen him do very, very well, be very productive with it. So when it comes to like, okay, Devontae Smith's got to share with A.J. Brown and Grant Calcaterra, Saquon Barkley. Then you've got Keenan Allen if he's got the other two healthy wide receivers and a rookie quarterback. We've seen Zach Charbonnet do it. When Kenny Walker was out earlier in the season for 2 games, right?
2 or 3.
It might have been 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3 games.
It was at least 2.
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet did very well. Very well. Now, it may take him a little while to get going. I don't know if he's going to rip off a 70-yarder in the first series, but he's gonna get. I think Jonesy. I think he's north of 25 total tomorrow. Touches north of that.
He's the only game in town. So
only game in town.
That's the plus side for him. He's probably the play, Charbonnet. I would maybe consider Keenan Allen, just only because the last 2 games, the Bears wide receivers are getting like 30 targets as a group, and it's pretty split. Keenan Allen's going to get the opportunities, but I think Charbonnet is a little less risky and has just as much as upside, as Keenan Allen would. Devonta Smith, unfortunately, I just don't trust them right now. I haven't trusted him really all year. And I've always been an AJ Brown guy. You guys know that. But he just something's different this year, and
yeah,
I just don't trust him.
I can tell you what's different, but I'll give you 2 guesses, but you only need 1.
What's that?
Saquon.
Well, yeah.
He's completely taken the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands. It's affected AJ Brown. and it's then affected Devontae Smith, give a half multiple over that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, as much as I love Devontae, he's a low-end wide receiver 2, higher-end wide receiver 3. He's very boom. Or it could be a bad game. He's so good, Devontae Smith. And he just signed an extension for that team. And it's just he's not very good fantasy right now. He's such a good wide receiver. He could do it multiple ways for his size. And then as far as I'm gonna go with Zach Charbonnet. I'll die on that hill right now. Zach Charbonnet.
I mean, surprisingly, I just looked up the target share for the year. AJ Brown versus Smith, and AJ Brown's got 62 targets on the year, and Smith has 56. I didn't think it was going to be that close. But the difference is, I mean, they both got 4 touchdowns. But the big difference is AJ Brown has almost just under 800 yards, where Smith has just over 500. So there's a 300-yard difference there, and that's been the big,
Well, that's usually they're usually that margin is wide. If you go back to last season,
but I would expect Smith to have more, to be higher on the catch end. AJ Brown's more the big play guy, the deep guy. Smith's that guy that's he's gonna be running in the slot and catching 6-7 balls a game. But we just haven't seen that consistently. So I'm not trusting that going in and making a playoff push. If you're making a playoff push, no.
I like Devontae Smith just because he eats more when Goddard's out. So my worry about Chardonnay is them stacking the box against him. But he is a safer one. If you want to play safe, if you want boom or bust, do Devontae Smith.
No D this week. No D. You're not playing with the defense? All right. Now you got my interest going for sure. No D this week. 1 drop. Tampa Bay to grab. Tampa Bay kicker. Tampa Bay K. Jonesy, you want to take this one?
I'm trying to figure it. Okay. No D this week.
So he picked up the kicker.
Drop Tampa Bay to grab Tampa Bay kicker. So I'm guessing, I mean, you got to have a defense. I mean, I'm a little confused on what's happening.
Unless you think the kicker will outscore the defense, so you grab the kicker. I don't know. Is there 2 kicker leagues out there?
It could be.
I mean,
me personally, most of my leagues we've gotten rid of kickers and defenses, and I've actually been in the boat where I want to start making a kicker, like especially in my bigger leagues. Like I got one league where we start 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and we have like 4 flex. So I almost want to bring up the option to flex the kicker if you want to. Be a little, interesting instead of starting a guy like a Kamani Vidal, on a week. Go just start a kicker, I just don't like the mandatory starts.
All right.
Gonna need some help for the TD flip goat. Some tough decisions. Well, it's not as tough as you would think, but I get it. PPR, Steven Njoku, Darnell Mooney, Braylon Allen, or Isaiah Pacheco in this flex position. McBride's already starting in the tight end. All right, so that's that part's already taken care of. For me, this is simple. This is Braylon Allen, very much just like Zach Charbonnet, full total volume. You might get him spelled a little bit here and there. Of course, needs a breather after he runs a 30-yarder. Give him a little break. But I'm going with the only game in town to take a nice phrase out of Jonesy. It's Braylon Allen. We've seen
I
it.
agree.
We've seen it with Brees Hall, for crying out loud. Now again, as
Yeah.
much as we think, Jameis Winston flinging it all over the place, and he's gonna look for his tight end David Njoku is a good bet
Right.
to score. He very well could.
I can make a case for. I mean, it's probably Braylon Allen, if I could talk, is the smart move here, but I can make a case for Njoku.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they're chucking it, the way Winston.
Not,
I mean, Njoku had 17 targets last week. Week before that, 5. Week before that, 9. I mean,
the week before the 5. That's when they were playing Pittsburgh. They're playing.
I would expect that volume to decrease a little bit, just a little bit. Playing the Steelers, that does not necessarily mean, to side with your position, that would adversely affect Njoku. I don't think it would. However,
yeah, I'm still going Braylon Allen.
Again,
I'm just saying I can make a case for.
Of course, I can make a case for Darnell Mooney also, but he's not the better option out of the choices here.
Braylon is.
This is a total volume play again. I know it might be like a little nervy, right? Or unnerving, however you want to say it. Considering, oh shit, man, this guy. I'm starting Braylon Allen, Brees Hall's backup.
Go back to like week. What was that? 6, 7. Yeah. Everyone was like, "Oh, Braylon Allen's going to be the starter."
Let's try to remove some of that, like, kind of like name recognition and association out of it. This is a football player. This is a dude that's now moving into a role. They drafted him to support Brees Hall. Mm-hmm. We saw him play in tandem alongside of Brees Hall. We all thought that this was going to be kind of like a share type of situation. It never really panned out. The Jets didn't pan out. So that could be another reason why you might be hesitant on Braylon Allen. The Jets are going to at least try to take it to the Dolphins. This is in a divisional game. This is very much, they want to see what they have here. And here's his opportunity. Here's the opportunity for the young man.
I mean, why can I not say Braylon tonight?
Braylon.
He's got 67 attempts on the year, 240 yards, 3.6 yards a carry. That's not great.
In limited capacity.
But he's catching the ball too. He's got 18 targets, 12 receptions, 97 yards, 8.1 yards per reception. I mean, so he can catch the ball too. So, I mean, he's got the ability to do it. Yeah. It's just will the offense allow it?
He's a bigger bruiser type, right? So is Brees Hall. So he kind of has he has the same body shape. It's I get it. I'm gonna go with the dude that's that's expected to get. All right, so if I think Charbonnet would be north of 25, I would say Braylon Allen should be north of like 22. Because again, it's the Jets. We're gonna knock them down a few attempts, a few possessions, because it is the Jets.
All right, Jacoby, JSN, DK, full PPR.
Mr. Magic Goat, man, Magic Goat Jacoby's a nice play this weekend. So is JSN. So is DK. One of them has to go. Magic Goat. Full PPR. Look, if this is full PPR, not half PPR, the dude that's expected to have the most catches, since JSN and DK are going to kind of sort of cancel one another out, Jacoby Myers, the only dude he has to contend with is
Brock.
So I'm going to go with the law firm of Jacoby and Myers here.
Yeah, same here. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say DK, but unfortunately I can't. I got to go with Jacoby Myers. He's got a good matchup this week. He's the target hog. I mean, there is no competition other than Brock Bowers. And you could even kind of say Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers are kind of like DK versus, JSN,
And
the
Tucker's
PD
their
target,
downfield guy, so he doesn't really get that much. He doesn't take that much away from Jacoby.
But I don't have
Jacoby's
full.
wide receiver 17 right now. Surprisingly.
Yeah. So Jacoby Myers.
There he is. There he is. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Derek Bucko himself. We're gonna flex. All right, so this is one dude that has pretty much been on the injury report the entire week. We don't know whether he's playing or not, right?
Who's
I
that?
mean, like Swift.
Yeah.
Why would they? Why is this guy like Travis Homer like all of a sudden getting picked up by like by like the most desperate of like fantasy managers, right? Like I don't know if DeAndre Swift's gonna play.
And Deshaun Johnson's out too.
We know all that. We know.
Yeah, Roshan is out. DeAndre was limited yesterday, so I would assume he plays.
Sincerely, GOAT.
And to me, Swift is the play.
So he's got a tight end reception bonus. Tight end premium, baby.
Yeah, but unless honestly, for tight end,
I don't know.
For tight end premium leagues, unless you're talking a guy that's going to get, 6 to 10 catches or something like that, the tight end premium, it's not really going to do much if you get a guy that's only going to catch 4 balls. Sure, it gives you a few extra points, but
does it get you
to me it's Swift, because with Roshan out, there's no other game in town other than Homer. and maybe
speaking,
you better have a plan B though. I mean, what's your plan B? If Swift is out.
Speaking of Homer, Monday Night Football, Homer, he's going to be on. Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, because I don't trust Sincere McCormick unless Madison's out.
Madison might be coming back. So
if Madison's out and with
if Swift plays, it's not a fantastic play, but if he does play, I would probably start him. If not, I don't know if you could wait till Monday night to see if Ferguson's going to be active.
He's
active.
He's playing. He's off him and
he's healthy.
Him and why can't I think of names tonight?
CD
What is
Lamb.
going on with me? CD Lamb.
I saw CD
both off the injury report.
I saw CD Lamb.
Yeah, Ferguson's healthy.
Tight end premium.
I'm going Ferguson.
That's another target for Rush.
Yeah, and worst case scenario, if Swift doesn't go, you can still play Pacheco. I mean, Swift is a afternoon game, or
I like Ferguson's matchup against Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm not in love with Swift, to be honest with you.
No, I don't love it, but I don't love any of this because everyone has their limitations. Pacheco is still coming back. McCormick. Unless Madison's out, then I would go McCormick. But I mean, Chubb, you don't know what you're getting with him. He'll throw up a random 2-touchdown game, but everyone could be 12 yards. I don't trust him.
Maybe you get some fight out of the 49ers defense.
Yeah.
How do we rank Jerry, Devontae, Brian Thomas Jr., Marv, Tracy, Keenan Allen, if TJ doesn't play, and Zach?
But DJ Moore's having? I didn't know anything about that.
DJ Moore says he expects to play. He's listed as questionable. He expects to play. That's coming from him. That I saw. That I read. That to me is up in the air because, he may want to go, but he may be held out. He may be held back. I don't know. We saw this happen earlier in the season. I bet you we know more. Well, actually, I don't even want to bet that we know more tonight about it. Not every player gets reported on tonight.
And
anyway.
Oh, there he is. He was limited yesterday, so
And I think he's questionable right now. In any event, rank him. Is that Devontae?
I would assume Devontae Adams.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison would be number 1 here. Probably Judy. Probably. Although let's expect him to come back down to earth, folks.
Yeah, he's not going to have 253 yards.
All right, so I think he'll be held under 100. To be honest with you, depends on how they play him. He's pretty much Jameson Winston's go-to guy right now. He's the wide receiver 1 on this team. It only took 5 years for Jerry Jeudy to perform like this.
Well, he's the Judy's. This all goes back to early in the season. I loved Amari Cooper because of the role. And then I liked Cedric Tillman, who performed because of the role. Now Judy's in that role. It's that role in the offense. And so with Tillman out, I'm all for Judy. If Tillman was back, I would be off of him. But
so here's your third, Sieg.
It would be.
I mean, I'm starting Brian Thomas Jr., Marvin Harrison.
It would be.
I almost want to say Devontae.
Yeah.
You figure Jalen Ramsey is going to be on Devontae.
I mean, I like Judy with Tillman out, but I mean, I still like Devontae just as much.
Marv, Judy, and Devontae. That's how I would play it.
I'd go Marv. Yeah, I'd.
And he's got Charbonnet too.
I go Marv, Devontae, and Charbonnet.
So, we got to start them also. I thought we were just ranking. Oh, so now it's completely different.
Yeah, we're picking 3.
Oh shit! My bad, goats. My bad. All right, so then it's so we're gonna take 2. It's still Marv, still Judy, and I'm gonna put Zach Charbonnet in there.
Yep.
He has to go into that flex. Has to.
I agree.
He's a top 12 running back this week. May not be listed that way now, but is going to finish this way. Yeah.
Charbonnet. I'd feel more confident.
Yeah, hell
but I'm
good options here.
I'm going Brian Thomas Jr. and Marvin Harrison. I don't trust. I trust them more than I trust Judy and Devontae. Unfortunately.
Yeah, DJ quote was study doesn't miss a game for injuries like that. All right. Yeah, all right. I mean, sure. I'm glad that we're getting some transparency out of them. I mean, look, these dudes for the most part, I would say that these guys, they want to play. It's got to be something like really like shitty that they have to be held out. Most of these guys.
Yeah. It's
probably not that serious way. Maybe he just wants to take it a little bit easier during the week.
Yeah, DJ Moore has never been a guy that.
Yeah, no, he's
my hamstring. You can tell play type.
Somebody that's been in the league now for 6 years, 7 years, pretty much right in his prime. He's been in this league for a while now. He's a professional. He's been through the shittiest of circumstances. Now he's things might be looking up a little bit in Chicago. He wants to play.
He did score last time they played Arizona too.
Okay. Wasn't this season, right? No.
Yeah. It's 2 weeks ago.
Chicago?
No. Charbonnet.
Oh.
Yeah, I had the Charbonnet thing.
I thought he was talking DJ Moore.
I thought he was talking DJ Moore too.
No.
So that was on the goal line, correct?
I believe so.
I mean, that was like one of those like they took Kenny Walker out and and Zach Charbonnet scored at like a first and goal, like a half a yard.
It was like his first rushing touchdown of the year or something like that too. All right. London Tyreek Lamb, start 2.
Half PPR.
Taking Tyreek for sure.
Yeah.
I think I do Tyreek and Lamb.
I want to say Tyreek and Lamb.
I'm gonna do Drake, London, and Lamb. I'm not gonna do Tyreek.
How come?
He's just not having the same season. I think that the Jets are just gonna concentrate on at least stopping one dude, and it would most likely be him. And I don't think he's really just having a good year. I don't.
All right.
It's just not the same. It's not.
You can't go wrong with.
It's just not. It's not the same cheetah. Jalen Waddle has had 2 really good games against the Jets last season.
Mm-hmm.
This could very well be a Jalen Waddle game again. I think we should expect a high-scoring affair with the Falcons and Kirko revenge. Can't believe revenge again.
I'd go Tyreek London.
I would go Lamb London.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I'm very up in the air. I'm going London for sure. London's the one that he's in there. I'm debating on Tyreek and Lamb. And I think I might actually. I was originally going to say Tyreek, but I think I'm going to side with Lamb just because they're playing Cincinnati.
You know what?
Cincinnati's so
I
bad on the back end that even with Cooper Rush,
Rush is still finding him.
Yeah. I mean, Lamb's still doing okay.
He had it freaking on Thanksgiving where he dropped those balls.
He's looking for Lamb just in a different capacity. So it's not those like 10+ yard passes anymore, 15-yard plus passes anymore. It's a lot. The average depth of target, the A dot between Rush to Lamb is just shrunk. That is, you're not getting the same type of explosive production out of those two as you would have or we've seen from Dak and him. So
yeah, I mean the biggest thing is like Tyreek. We're just not seeing the big games like we're used to. He has one game over 100 yards this year.
It's the cheetah is no longer. I don't want to really be on record saying that because it could very well we could very well see him bounce back maybe 2025. But right now you know what? The Dolphins actually aren't really out of it either. I mean, the Dolphins
they're still outside looking in for the last playoff spot.
The Dolphins are still attempting to scratch and crawl, into a wild card. So I mean, look, that's not going to change my opinion on Tyreek this week, nor out of these 3. However, we could very well see a rejuvenation, if you will, a resurgence, if come this week moving forward.
Either way, the dude has 3 freaking wide receiver ones on his team. That's pretty freaking. That's not a bad quandary to have.
Well, it's not. It's not on one hand. On the other side of it, it's like okay, it's one of these dudes. We take one, and one on the bench could wind up popping off.
Yeah. You can't put one in the flex and start all 3.
He's Marco wants to start 2.5 PPR. I'm going to take London for that matchup. I'm going to take CD Lamb chops in the matchup.
Yeah, I'll go with you guys.
Saints or Cardinals defense this week. Okay, Cardinals and Seahawks and Saints are
Giants for crying out loud.
Yep.
I like Cardinals.
Playing
they're sneaky good. They had like 5 sacks last time against Seattle. They had a pretty monster game, and they're playing in Arizona. So I'd go Cardinals defense.
Yeah, I mean the Cardinals have the better defense. The Saints are just on paper. You'd think they would,
Yeah, we
have the better matchup, but
I like the Cardinals for the rest of the season.
Mhm.
I would play the Saints tomorrow, but mind you, and I'm sure Mark Goat knows this. I mean, like, the Saints aren't really that good. You're playing them because they're playing the Giants. That's number one. Number two, Saints are also a dome team. They're playing outdoors here.
that's what I don't like.
At MetLife Stadium, where I don't know I don't know if they can respond to that.
Yeah,
where Drew Lock winds up having like a couple of touchdowns and Tyrone has one. I mean, and then you just lost there's your defense. I like the Cardinals rest of season, so don't drop them. Keep them on your roster.
I actually picked them up in a couple of leagues.
Keep the Cardinals on roster.
That's my second defense.
The Disley Bear. I'm a big Disley guy. I'm a big Disley Bear. I don't have the banner anymore, but I'd show Marco. I'm gonna go back to Disley because of the donut that he put up last week. Numbers don't have anywhere to go but up. We have a questionable lad, although I do think he's going to play. I think that the Chiefs don't stop tight ends for whatever reason. Now, we all know that. I'm sure that the Chiefs and Steve Spagnuolo knows that also. So let's not just get so far out of our heads, right? We're like, okay, this is a walk in the park. They know that too. They have a problem against tight ends. The question is, do we think that charged offense are going to be able to execute past that? Yes, I do.
It's week 14. We know what teams are good at and what they're bad at. You may get a surprise here and there, but
I'm saying that they know that too. They know that. If we know that, they know that.
If Kincaid's healthy, I like Kincaid against the Rams.
I don't.
You don't have to. I do.
I don't.
That was great.
Yep. Let's play Dalton Kincaid, who hasn't played in 5 weeks, against the Rams.
I'm going Disley.
Yeah,
the matchup's too good.
Fantastic. Let's bookmark that.
DFS question: which lineup? Herbert, Braylon Allen, Ridley, Bowers, Winston, Charbonnet, Ridley, McBride, Darnold, Charbonnet, Judy, Kelsey. My biggest thing, I don't really like the quarterbacks for any of them. Unfortunately, that's my biggest holdup right now.
Well,
I like Ridley being in there. Garendo is almost a slam dunk this week. He's going to be chalk. Everyone's going to play him, but at that point, the price is too good and the situation's too good where you almost can't not play him.
Yeah.
So I would maybe play around with Garendo and see maybe putting that in for, I don't know what else you have. For the rest of your lineup, but maybe you can switch something out there and get something a little better at quarterback that's a little more trustworthy.
Is this is 2 different lineups or 3 different lineups?
No, this is like 3 different lineups.
Okay.
Unless this is somehow like I guess there are super flex DFSs and stuff, but I'm just assuming this is 3 separate lineups and that the split is where the quarterbacks start. If I had to choose one as is, I would probably go Winston, Charbonnet, Ridley, McBride. But
Check mark.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't think Herbert has the upside this week, and Darnold, I don't trust him. So
And I don't trust.
I don't trust
Winston.
Winston 100%, but I think people might shy away from him because he's playing the Steelers, and we know he's going to chuck the ball a lot. So he may be a little less owned,
Yeah,
maybe that gives
a lot.
But
Shadows, Wicked Goats. Hey guys, thank you very much for coming in for the Week 14 Start Sit Show. Please like this video and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Who's Nick Folk kicking for now?
Nick Folk.
Honestly, I'm looking right now because I don't know.
So, just dropped their kicker. Vikings
Tennessee.
just dropped their kicker. Should I just pick up Will
Reichard?
That's
so he came off the IR then because he is hurt.
So, what do we say? What do I say about kickers? We want the dude that is indoors. We want the dude on a better offensive team. If you could find that,
Play Tyler Bass.
If you could find that combination, that's who I want. Tyler Bass is playing indoors.
Yeah.
On the Bills. That seems like the perfect scenario right there.
Yeah.
That's two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bass he's a guy I picked up. I forget who I started the year with, but I picked Bass up a couple weeks ago on my climate control quicker kicker leagues I have, and Bass has been great. I mean, he's one of the top kickers, at least in the leagues I'm in for my scoring. But I would say Bass.
It's not as if the Bills don't want to put a safe 1 point on the board. They don't need to go for two every time. Why show their hand on 2-point conversion plays right now? We know that they're heading right for the playoffs. Yeah, that's a good play.
Yes, Tyler Walker is out.
Tyler, go. It's the Zach Charbonnet
already helped out with that.
Appreciate that, TD. I picked up.
Yeah, and he likes Bass too.
That's right.
Tyler Pacheco or
A-Chain.
A-Chain. 100%.
He doesn't leave your lineup. He's like Robinson and Gibbs. He doesn't leave your lineup.
When he doesn't get carrying the ball and just makes up for it in the air, and he scores.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't talk enough, or we haven't really spoken enough about what do we do about the Devon A-Chain handcuff situation, right?
Well, that's Jalen. Or that's right.
Is it?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, it's not 100% because Raheem Mostert is on the field. Also,
but he's not the number one handcuff.
I would think. I really would. I would think that Jalen Wright would get the opportunity, but I don't think Raheem Mostert just doesn't go away either. That's why the conversation isn't really being talked about enough.
I mean, sure. I mean, in most backfields, I mean, if one guy goes down, one of them's going to get more of a workload. But at the end of the day, they're both going to be even if they're a timeshare. I'd rather be invested in the right side than the Mostert side.
I would rather be on the side of Jalen Wright as well. I would. The fact of Mike McDaniel being in love with Raheem Mostert, the fact that Raheem Mostert has been on the team and has the experience. I don't see Raheem Mostert probably better in pass pro. That's why, that would be a messy timeshare and not a very good handcuffing situation. That's why we don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's one of those more unclear situations.
But that's why we're talking about it right now, because we don't hear very much regarding it. But you're going to hear it right here from the goats. You goats. We're not the goats. You're the goats.
All right. So this is back from the question he had earlier, but dropping the defense for the both the kickers predicted most points that
In
are
a defense.
D. I still don't understand what is happening with this team. Unfortunately, I mean, please, are you saying you only are going to start a kicker or a defense, and you just picked the kicker because they are projected for more points than the defense? That's what I'm understanding. If I'm wrong, please explain. And leave your team in the comments too. We can figure out how to get you to start both if that's the case. I mean, you shouldn't be ever giving yourself a 0 at any position, any week.
No.
You have to have a body in there.
I mean, unless the only way I would say it's okay is if you are locked in the playoffs and you are locked in your seed and there's nothing you can do to change it. Then I could say, okay, if you don't want to drop a player for a kicker or defense, sure, as long as your league allows that. But you also need to look at who you're playing against. If the person you're playing against has a good team and they're on the edge of the playoffs and beating you could push them in, you want to beat them to keep them out. You need to play offense and defense at this time of year.
Very well said, Jonesy. Very well said.
I try.
Yeah, cousin has looked bad.
Hopkins or Mooney, half PPR. Cousins looks bad. Yes.
Hopefully he'll bounce back game this week. I like Hopkins. Oh, I like Mooney.
I mean, I trust Hopkins much more.
But Hopkins is more like a wide receiver 4 now on that team, isn't he? Lately, his targets have gone down the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean his targets have gone down the last few weeks, along with like his playing time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean that's concerning. I think Darnell Mooney will probably see a full complement of snaps, barring that he's okay. Which
I mean,
last week, he played last week.
Caught 4 for 90. I mean, it's pretty standard for what he does.
Who's that?
Hopkins. I mean, actually, over the last 3 weeks, Hopkins snap share 47%, 45%. Last week was 59%. He actually went from 26 snaps to 33 snaps to 42 snaps.
He actually might be playing a little more too because Hardman's out.
Yeah, I mean, Hardman just got put on IR. I mean, he wasn't taking a lot, but he was taking 10 snaps a game.
So 45 and 49 and 53, it's not very high. It's not good.
Yeah, but that's what he's been doing ever since he joined the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's first. I mean, like I would expect that to continue to increase, though.
He's never been over his highest snap percentage share with the Chiefs has been 65%. I mean, so nothing's really changed that dramatically in that. That's more just of a game flow and how many total snaps there are. And half PPR, I mean, that hurts Mooney. I mean,
that more upside of Hopkins catching a touchdown than Mooney, so I go Hopkins.
All right.
How you doing, Daniel? Please like and subscribe. Good evening, PPR League. Should I start Jacoby or Judy? Either of them over Tyrone at flex, James Conner or Dottle as my wide running back 2.
Jacoby or Judy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Jacoby here.
Over Tyrone in the flex.
Either of them over Tyrone at the flex. Oh. I would probably do that. Oh, I don't like it, but I probably would. I would. It's hard to sit James
Mhm.
Conner. It's hard to sit James Conner, and I would put Tyrone in for James Conner
No.
with Dowdle. I know you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm always starting James Conner.
Yeah, not a big fan. But it would be damn hard to do that. Really, really tough.
PPR league.
Yeah, Jacoby would
I
go
think
over.
Jacoby over Judy.
Jacoby goes over Tyrone Chasey,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you're leaving James Conner and you and right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you sit a top 15 running back.
No,
You
I'm
don't.
not sitting Connor. I mean, I'm not going to sit Connor.
You don't.
No.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, dude's top 15 overall in the year, and he's averaging like 15 points a game.
And he's doing it quietly. He doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. He's not the flashy guy, but he gets
No.
it done. And I mean, and
he's
Dowdle's
still healthy.
Yeah,
for the most part.
I mean, I've said this many times. He only plays 13 games usually every year, and it hasn't happened yet. But I mean, so knock on wood. But
plus, you still have the catching upside from him too. So
yeah,
you were gonna go James Conner. James Conner over Rico Dowdle, man.
yeah,
Rico Dowdle, as we all know, has come on really well. Come on strong.
No, you should 100% add Garendo before you add Braylon.
Yeah.
Unless you just have Breece Hall, then I'm okay with you just running with Braylon Allen. But I'm assuming Garendo's already I mean, if Garendo's available in your league right now, you need to grab him. You need to drop someone. You need to find a 5th wide receiver, 6th wide receiver on your team, drop him and add him right now. Because Garendo is going to win leagues. And if you don't need him, that's fine. But he needs to be on your bench so no one else can use him.
This PSA was brought to you by Jonesy.
Yep.
He's going to win leagues.
Starting running back for the San Francisco 49ers. Maybe he doesn't put up 30 points a game, but this dude's a home run hitter. We've seen it. He can take any carry to the house.
We saw him hit a home run.
Yep.
We did.
That's the type of player he is. And like I said, even if you're not going to play him, you need to make sure your opponents aren't playing him.
Yeah, I don't trust either offensive line. Both offensive lines are hurting a little bit, but Garendo gives you more of an upside to break off 80-yarder. I mean,
the whole thing is Garendo has a starting role.
Yeah,
probably for the rest of the season. Where Braylon Allen is sure he's this week, but Breece Hall could be back next week. We don't know what's going to happen with that.
Stuff I saw was probably after.
You're a 49ers running back in the Shanahan offensive run scheme. Mm-hmm. Chances are you're going to do really well.
Yep.
With a starting role.
Yeah.
Even in a backup spell type of role, you're still averaging over 5 yards a carry, more or less, practically.
Yeah. At worst, Garendo's a flex play the rest of the year. At worst. So.
We picked him in the DFS this week, Jonesy. So the more you talk about him, the more excited I get.
Garendo?
Yeah. He was cheap.
I've been talking about Garendo since May.
I have Garendo added from that last game from that home run game. I have him added in Dynasty.
Yeah. He's one of my highest owned players.
I don't know how
I've been waiting for this.
I don't know how he was available, but nevertheless,
in best ball, Jonesy? In the best ball league? Yeah, same here.
Yeah, in my best ball league on Drafters and Underdog and DraftKings. He's one of my highest owned players. So
he had a really good profile coming out of the combine and whatnot. Yep. All those the burst metrics and the speed, all that shit. Yeah, no, he just needs opportunity. Absolutely.
How you doing, Mega Brick? Must win week for me. Started Goff, Amon, and Bates already. Full PPR. Do I start Juwan Jennings or Judy?
So I mean, Amon Rob gave you maybe 10 up. Oof, man. And then
Yeah.
Jared Goff already went. So I kind of have a feeling that you going to be playing from behind here a little bit. Hopefully the running backs that you have are strong. We're going to need some good performances out of them. The full PPR, we need Juwan Jennings or Jerry. I believe that we could probably get more pass volume. We might get more PPR out of Jerry.
Yeah.
It's tough though. It's tough because like we no way, shape, or form should you or anybody listening to this stream right now. I don't think this would be the case anyway, but nobody in their right mind would expect that type of performance that we just saw out of him. If you could get 50% of that, you should.
Yeah, that's still 125 yards.
And so that seems more realistic, more likely, possibly. Now, we really ought to though. We have to recognize that the Steelers secondary. This isn't going to be a cakewalk for Jerry Jeudy or the Browns either. It's not. The Steelers are a good deal. The Steelers are disciplined. How about that? Where the Broncos were just sleeping. They were sleeping, and they, as we spoke about, they didn't want to make adjustments. The Steelers don't play like that. I still think that we have a better shot with Jerry Jeudy than we do with Juwan Jennings, although I like Juwan. I do like Juwan. I think we have a better shot with Jerry here.
Yeah, I like Juwan too, but I think like Jeudy is better play.
Agree.
We know Debo's going to be on the field more. We know he's going to be involved this week. I don't know if we're going to see it. I'm not going to see that much out of Juwan. I don't think so.
Cardinals defense.
Yeah,
This is a big one, isn't it?
This is a different person too asking, so that's kind of interesting.
I'm going to give the same answer if I have to. Right?
What's up, Senor Rojo? What's up, guys? Need 3 PPR Westbrook. Ikene Worthy. I have trouble saying that name, man. Jennings, Keon, or Braylon?
It'll never be the first one for me, Mr. Rojo Goat. It won't be. So now we could go to Xavier, Juwan again, Keon Coleman or Braylon. What's Keon Coleman's status?
He's still limited.
Yeah, I'm not trusting Keon Coleman.
Contact jersey all week.
Can't trust that. So now it's Xavier, Juwan, or Braylon.
Yeah, well, it's Braylon. Obviously, he's a lock.
Needs 3.
So I think it's a second.
I'm going to take 1, 2. I'm going to take 2, 3, and 4.
So
No. I'm sorry. I'm going to take 2 Worthy, Jennings, Braylon. That's what I'm taking.
That's the best. I mean,
fuck that. Excuse my language.
I mean,
I like that you have. I like that you have him on roster.
Is no different than playing Xavier Worthy.
I like that you have him on roster. Yeah, it is. For me, it's different.
True. How?
It's the quarterback.
Okay.
It's the quarterback. I know that Levis and him have connected out of this like sure fluke, but it's coming to an end. It has to because it's just
because it's driving me crazy.
Well, it won't come to an end because it's driving me crazy, because it'll just drive me crazy again next week if it doesn't. But it's not sustainable because you just don't catch a touchdown every other pass thrown to you. That does not happen. Like Xavier Worthy in this matchup with Pat. I can't trust Keon. We're gonna go. I mean, if we have to take 3, now we could play Juwan Jennings here. Just temper the expectations. I don't think he's gonna just do a ton for you. He's a decent wide receiver 3 option. So yeah, in this case, he's wide receiver 3. I would think. Braylon Allen.
Yeah.
Braylon Allen is a good flex. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Max Corleone Goat. Yes, I think I would. As crazy as it may sound, as crazy as starting a backup running back who's going to see full volume for the New York Jets over DK Metcalf. You know that DK's career versus the Cardinals, by the way, I don't think it's not that good.
Mm-mm.
The Cardinals usually hold DK to like they hold him down. We know he's due. We know he's due. We know he's getting targeted still. I just think that again, you still have JSN there. you still have a bullshit tight end there, and you're going to get a lot of Zach Charbonnet there. There may not be that many ball to go around for DK tomorrow against the tough Cardinals. Braylon Allen is only one running back. Only one dude like Braylon Allen.
Yeah, I'll agree here. I mean,
I'll agree too.
as hard as it is to say is that Metcalf.
How could you not agree?
Well, I haven't agreed before, so
How could you not agree with this? Come on. With all the hardware behind me.
Hey, Ron, do a little thing with your hand to focus here.
we'll see. It hasn't been working lately.
I'd love to know what causes it. Like maybe we need.
If you just put it up there for a second and pull it away, it should.
We need Jonesy equipment is what we need.
Dude,
I
love this webcam that I bought. I haven't even messed around with it either.
I think we need Jonesy equipment. Look at the Turgay
There we
goat.
go.
What's up, Turgay? Yo, need a QB for the playoffs. For the playoffs, I'm going to presume this is a 1 QB. So we got Anthony Richardson, Matt Stafford. We got Drake, Will Levis, Derek Carr, Rush, Bryce, Mack. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna stop because you basically you're listing. We're about to list off like 20 quarterbacks because obviously there's 11 that are taken somewhere. You need one for week 15, right? I mean, you want one for week 15, 16, and 17 because you're going to win the hardware.
Well, here's my question for you: who's your quarterback right now? Who's gotten you to the playoffs?
I bet you, without even knowing, I'm not going to look. I bet you he's got Lamar on bye this week.
Well,
Tell me I'm right.
Is this just a bye week question? From my understanding, he wants a QB for the playoffs. Like
True. Lamar would be that QB unless we're talking 2 QB league. Now that's a little bit different, but obviously Turgay would tell us that.
Like I don't think this is just this week. I think he wants to know
he needs it
for the rest of the year.
Is there a quarterback that just went down recently, like last week? No, right? Like who? Like, I think Turgay. Maybe he needs a backup quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Playoffs. Just get him one here.
I mean, just looking at it on paper, the only one I'm trusting would be Stafford.
Also, London is greater than Tyreek. No, Tyreek would be third. It would be for me London, Lamb, Tyreek.
I'll agree.
Yeah. Unless Turgay is answering the question from the comment earlier.
Yeah,
so that's okay too. But if this is the same combination of wide receivers, then just flip Tyreek and Lamb for me.
Yeah, I just want to say with these quarterbacks, Stafford is the guy I trust. I'm not saying Stafford's the guy that's going to get you the most points. He's the one I trust, though.
Yeah, they play Buffalo this week. Then they play Niners, Arizona, then St. Louis.
Yeah, I mean Russell, Jameis, Richardson. I think they all have higher ceilings sometimes, but Stafford also, he's got the ability.
Stafford's playing for a playoff or for a division title too.
Who are the Rams playing week 17?
They're playing either Seattle or Arizona, one of the two. They finished the season off against the Buffalo, the Bills, and Niners. Yeah, I can pull it up real quick.
Look at it this way. If this isn't just a this week question, unless he has one of these quarterbacks already.
Okay, so
Then there's another option that we don't know about.
Stafford has Buffalo, San Francisco, Jets, Arizona, and Seattle left.
I need to sit one. What is this for?
Clark goat. Look at
I
this.
don't remember
Clark.
seeing anything from him.
Look at the Clark goat.
Must be something below that. Oh, okay. We'll have to sit back. Okay, I have to sit one round one of the playoffs.
There's only one Clark that I know. And he's
sit one of these. Najee, Metcalf, Pacheco. My opponent is starting Hunt or Garrett Wilson. I mean, if I'm sitting one.
You know, Najee's not catching any balls.
He had 5 catches last week.
Najee?
Yeah.
He had 5 catches? That's got to be a career high. Was Jalen Warren in the game at all? No, Jalen Warren played last week. Not Najee Harris caught 5 catches. That'd be some shit.
He caught 6 of 6 targets for 54 yards.
That's got to be a career high for Najee Harris.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, his rookie year or whatever it was with Roethlisberger, he caught like 6. A crazy amount of balls. He could have done it that year.
I am amazed by that. Amazed. No Najee Harris whatsoever. I didn't even see that. Saw none of that. Who did they even play?
Bengals.
I don't like any Steelers.
Anywho, so if you're going to sit one of these, who are you going to sit?
Najee. No. I would sit.
I mean, I would probably sit Pacheco.
Same here.
Opponent has Hunt. I mean, I'm not sure if that makes any difference of starting or sitting.
No,
Pacheco.
Not for a running back, in my opinion, just because if Hunt goes off, most likely Pacheco isn't.
Yeah, and Pacheco's in your lineup.
And if Pacheco goes off, lousy. Sure, it helps you, but then that probably means that Hunt isn't, and that'll just hurt your opponent's hurt that way. So it doesn't you're not gaining. It's not like a quarter. Like if you have Jordan Love and your opponent has Romeo Dobbs, if Romeo Dobbs is getting the 6 for the touchdown, you're also getting the 4 for the quarterback. This is a different situation.
I don't want to sit Pacheco, but I think I'd have to here.
With this group, yes.
I don't want to, and he could also grab Braylon Allen on waivers. I mean, yeah, grab
that for sure.
Grab Braylon Allen. Don't let Braylon Allen
I'm not dropping any of these guys for Braylon.
No, I don't know if it's for any of these guys.
Yeah.
There's got to be. I'm sure there are other players on this team somewhere. Yeah, I would. I don't want to sit Pacheco, but I think I would here.
Yeah, same here.
Najee is their starting running back. I'm shocked to shit. He caught that many balls last week for 54 yards. You don't typically see that. I'm sorry, you don't.
I think he usually gets about maybe 3, maybe 4 targets a game.
Targets. That doesn't mean those all translate to catches. I mean, for most of the time they do, but nevertheless, I wouldn't expect that stat again. And they're playing the Browns. Could be serious usage for Najee this week.
All right. Back to Mark. This is the question. He had Tyreek and Tyreek, London, Lamb. And he was saying start 2 of them. I'm assuming this goes along with that. He says he has A-Chain, Pollard, and Bucky starting in the flex. So
would you take Pollard out?
Would you? I think we were more leaning sitting Tyreek out of that group. So would you start Tyreek over any of these guys? I might start him over Bucky. I'm not.
Raiders.
No.
But I'm okay with what he has too.
No, I'm gonna sit Tyreek Hill, and I'm gonna deal with the consequences. I'm not sitting either of these guys either.
Yeah, I'm not sitting A-Chain or Pollard. Bucky would be the only consideration, just because there is still a split there. Pacheco or JSN.
100%.
Yeah, folks. I mean, this is not an easy call. I think the three of us recognize that. You already know it because of the timing of Isaiah Pacheco coming back off of this injury, with Kareem Hunt doing the job that he has done for the Chiefs. I mean, like there are several factors that are playing into this. Like, essentially, like we're attempting to gauge exactly like what the usage for Pacheco is going to be like versus how he actually feels versus how the Chiefs want to handle his workload. This is not in any way, shape, or form an easy call. It's not.
I mean, I kind of think it's an easy call. I just JSN's what, top 12 right now? Wide receiver?
Not
top 10.
Not this particular one. Isaiah Pacheco in general.
Particular one.
Starting or sitting Isaiah Pacheco.
That's easy against JSN. JSN's a top 10 wide receiver.
No, just
in general. Thank you. In general, based, it could be versus JSN, could be the question that we just had. With several running backs, it's not an easy call whether to start or set. Why is he being asked? Why is it being presented? It's not that simple. However, based on this particular situation, this choice, yes, we're going to take the safer Jackson Smith and Jigba over Pacheco.
Yeah. How you doing, Tyler?
I don't know if he means Charbonnet in the beginning.
Maybe.
Braylon Allen or A-Chain. The Tyler. Coach.
Saying A-Chain for sure.
Yeah, that's the easy one for sure.
There's just between Chardonnay
and Pacheco. All these goats drafted Pacheco, or maybe even picked him up early in the season because a lot of people may have dropped him. They have him now. He's active. He played last week. It's like almost like a golden ticket, almost like an Isaac Arendo. Like possible league winner, but we just don't know. He's coming off of an injury. We don't know how he really feels. We don't know what the Chiefs Andy Reid didn't tell us. Well, we're just gonna work him back in a little bit. No, they wound up split. Him and Kareem Hunt split last week, and Kareem got a little bit more usage. Do we think it's going to increase? I don't know. I wish I knew because then I'd easily tell you to start Isaiah Pacheco. Easy. Because you have this dude, Kareem Hunt. Played well for them. Braylon Allen, Devon A-Chain, Zach Charbonnet, but you can only two, huh? Only two. So if it's two, I would go with Zach Charbonnet and Devon A-Chain if it's first.
Agreed.
Where's the goat of goats? One goat. Who for my wide receiver 2 and RB2 and flex got Justin Jefferson as my wide receiver 1 and Kyron at my RB1. It's because you're a goat. My bench, Jamon Jennings and Xavier Worthy, Jacoby Darnell. We'll skip over him. Kenny Walker's out. So you got Charbonnet. That's nice. And he's out as well, Juan. So this makes the decision a little easier because you got a few guys listed here that aren't playing. We're going to go with Jacoby Myers is going to start. That's wide receiver 2 over Jennings and over Worthy. And he's going to start over Mooney as well. And now you're going to play Zach Charbonnet in place of Kenny Walker in your flex. That's it right there, Juan.
Well, who's his? Oh, Charbonnet would be his running back 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kyron's running back 1.
Because Kyron's 1, so Charbonnet would be 2.
Okay, what are we looking for?
So Charbonnet is your running back 2. Myers is your wide receiver 2. We still need a flex, which comes down to Mooney, Worthy, Jennings. So
I do Jennings.
I know you're not going to say Westbrook Akine.
Yeah, I do Jennings as the flex.
I would too.
I think I would do Jennings here in the flex.
Should I pick up Tyler Kraft off waivers for tight end depth?
Yes.
For George Kittle? I don't know. Depends what you're dropping.
Well, yeah, it depends if you're dropping, but if you can drop somebody, then yes.
For a backup tight end, I'm not doing that.
Well, yeah. Who's the other tight end?
George Kittle.
Kittle, that's it. So
you're starting Kittle every week.
No.
Unless he's out.
But Kittle gets hurt.
Then you pick up a tight end that week.
What Kraft isn't there?
What's better use of a roster spot? Picking up a backup tight end that you're only going to play in the case of an injury, or picking up a handcuff?
It's not my question.
Or a high end running back.
It's not my question. It's not my question.
You pick up your tight end, I'll pick up the running back, and I'll be going to the store with all my money.
It's not my question. It's not my question. He drops George Kittle. Who's his other tight end? Who's he playing tomorrow? It ain't going to be Kraft.
What are you talking about? Drops George Kittle?
No, he's not dropping. He wants depth.
He wants depth.
He wants.
But he also wants to drop George Kittle for it.
No. I hope he's not saying.
Should I pick up
George Kittle?
Should I pick up Tucker Kraft off of waivers
for tight end depth
for George Kittle? Well,
I'm assuming he's just saying Kittle's the starter.
Kittle's the starter.
I'm not picking up a backup tight end. Tucker Kraft is no better than any other tight end that's on waivers right now.
He's probably the best one on waivers, actually.
He could be the best one.
He's probably the best one on waivers.
But let me ask you this. Is any of your handcuffs out there? Is a Blake Corum out there? I could name 10 running backs that should be rostered, and I guarantee you at least 1 or 2 of them are probably out there that are much better than a backup tight end.
You don't need to.
What if it's that limit for?
You don't need to
running back.
Okay, then that's a different story.
Wide receiver. So,
that's a different story. If you have roster limits, but if you don't, that's just having a backup tight end is like it's the worst position in football.
I've done it for 17 years. 17 years. I've won 7 out of 10 championships.
I think the way I'm reading the question now, actually, I think kind of like goes alongside of what Jonesy is saying. So it's like, in other words, like, are you looking to support and back up George Kittle in the event that George Kittle goes down? You have Tucker Kraft. I don't think you don't need to worry about that.
No.
I wouldn't drop George Kittle for Tucker Kraft, nor do you need to really be that concerned, worried that should George Kittle go down, you've got Tucker Kraft. You need to like make sure you've got running back support. You need to maybe
if people have running back support at this point, then there's right there.
Your backup quarterback. Right now, your backup quarterback and your handcuffs, and at least 1 or 2 wide receivers, if your bench will allow that enough spots for you. You don't need 2 tight ends, not now.
We do. We'll agree to disagree.
It's the worst. It's the worst position in the league. It really is. It's the most unpredictable. That's why it's the most unpredictable position. And it's the position that is totally touchdown dependent, and that's the most unpredictable stat.
McBride's touchdown dependent.
McBride's the best tight end.
He's the out.
Come on.
He's the outlier.
He just said.
He's the.
Is Kelsey touchdown dependent? Is Ingram touchdown dependent?
Yeah. Well, right now, Kelsey is totally touchdown.
But look at it this way.
Yeah.
Unless you
Very,
have
very
one of those
much so.
top like 5 tight ends, you're playing the game every week of pick one of 12.
We could just move on to the next question because we could sit here for the next hour and a half and
Look at it this way. All the people that have.
I'm not going to change my mind. You're not going to change your mind.
All the people that have Isaac Garendo already on the rosters. All the people that had Zach Charbonnet already on the rosters. All the people that had Braylon Allen already on the rosters.
Good for them.
It could very well happen next week. Kyron could go down. Have Blake.
I'm not disagreeing that.
James Conner could go down.
You guys have different.
Alvin Kamara could go down. I guarantee you, Kendrick Miller's available in probably 99% of leagues.
Move on.
Where's the code?
Or you want your backup tight end?
Where's the code of codes?
I still love you, Ron.
Where's the code of codes?
Hussein.
Where is he?
By
By the way, all you guys are goats. Okay, but then there's like the brother.
Unless you have 2 tight ends on your team, you're not a goat.
Then there's the brother of goats.
Hey, chat. Okay, please solve this for us. Put RB or tight end in the chat. Let us know what you think. What should you hold on your roster?
And also, while you're at that, if you're new to the channel, please like the stream. Please subscribe to us. We got tons of more content in the pipeline working for you guys. Appreciate you very much. Good luck. By the way, we are on the week 14 main slate evening. All right. I mean, like there's enough stresses going on right now where we are debating about the tight end position. We could very easily have this conversation behind the scenes. Nevertheless, we need to come up.
We'd rather yell at each other though in front of you guys to make it more fun.
We must get the best optimal successful lineups for the goats.
Yep.
That's the mission. All right, who do we got next? Because I'm not.
I got you.
I'm not working.
I found our spot again.
If I was working this chat, I'd be eating dinner right now.
Say how you doing, brother?
It's the brother. It's my brother of goats.
He's gonna vote check me this week, I think.
Wait, we need to have our team meeting a little bit later. You know, where we speak to our team members. We speak to the players. We go up to them. We say, "How you doing? How you feeling? You look good. Are you ready?" And then they say, "Yes, Mr. Shepard, I'm ready. Say hello to Mr. Hussoat for me." I will. He's proud of you. That's that. We have a team meeting.
All right. G Santos is ready.
G Goat.
He wants to know if
G Santos. We'd be fortunate if G Santos is watching us right now. Fortunate. They said Bucky in line to play. I think he's going to be limited. Oh yeah, because of his quad, right?
I'm starting Garendo.
Back in a hip. I think something. I'm starting Garando. Garando.
Sieg.
I got to stay true here to volume. Isaac Garendo.
Check.
You got to stay true to the volume. Start one in the flex full PPR. Tank Bigsby still around?
We haven't heard in a while.
Tank Bigsby still around? Derek Buckgoat. There's the Gus Bus Sincerely or Dalton Kincaid. Start one in the flex.
Well, it's not Kincaid.
It's not Gus.
It's Bigsby.
You're not going to get much PPR out of it, but if Alexander Madison does not start tomorrow, does not play tomorrow, I like Sincere McCormick. I really do. If that doesn't take place, and yeah, I would presume Amir Abdullah does take on that role again, like his third down, passing down. So yeah, you're not getting much PPR out of any of these dudes. Maybe
McCormick. He just got elevated to 53-man roster. And
he was promoted. He was promoted.
And Turner and AP have said that they want to get him more going because he's the most efficient running back they have. So
I don't think we could start Tank either. So Tank, Gus, Sincere, or Kincaid. I don't trust Kincaid coming back off of a 4-5 game layover.
I think the best option here is Sincere.
Just Derek. I would monitor that real closely. If Alexander Madison is a full go, is suited up, I don't think Sincere is really that great of an option. Then we may have to fall back on probably. Ugh.
I don't know though, because I mean, they obviously want to see what he has. You know, they know what Alexander Madison is. They know what Abdullah is. They know what Zamir White is.
Yeah.
They haven't seen enough of this guy yet to know. So, me personally, even if Madison plays with these options, because I don't trust Kincaid at all, Gus Edwards, unless he gets you a touchdown, he's probably not getting you much.
I think
and Bigsby, you know, it's since Etienne's healthy, it's you know, not the good old days.
No.
But if Madison is active, right, I kind of feel like we'd be shooting ourselves in the foot because we don't really expect the Raiders to be doing. We don't expect them to be winning in this ball game, right? So I think at some point, eventually, the game script would give way to having Alexander Madison more on the field, like early on. Or in a favorable game script, like even in the third or the fourth quarter, the Raiders are winning this ball game. Sincere McCormick, you know, could very well get like this, like really, really like good workhorse type of game. But if like the Bucks, you know, if the Bucks do what we expect them to do, and they win, they're winning in this ball game, then they may have to just like make sure that they have like the best running back on the field in for Aiden O'Connell. That's the only way I'm thinking of it. That's the only way.
Yeah.
And again, if Madison is out, it gives McCormick at least more opportunity, even in a shitty game script, because it's really just they're the only two.
Yeah.
They're the only two with him and Amir Abdullah. I agree.
And then I'd go Gus Edwards.
I agree. I do think
as my second option.
Based on how he's played the last game or so, really 2 games, 2 weeks, based on that led to them actually promoting him to the actual 53-man roster. No more going back and forth between taxis and practice squad bullshit. Like he's on their team now. So yeah, they do want to they think they may have lightning in a bottle here. They may.
Yeah, with Zero White, like last year.
That name's forbidden here.
I had hope for him. I even had secondary hope a few weeks ago.
Same here.
That name is forbidden.
Okay. So when he was asking about quarterbacks for the rest of the season, he had Dak. So now that Dak's out, he's just been playing the waiver wire, which honestly is probably going to be your best bet going forward, most likely, with some combination of Stafford, Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Anthony Richardson, maybe if you want to really take a shot, but that's probably riskier than the other 3.
Stafford's
the safest bet, though.
I'd rank it Stafford, Russell Wilson, and May.
Yeah. So there's not really one clear option to me that says this is your guy for the rest of the year. Other than maybe Stafford, but
Stafford, you know what you have with Matt Stafford. You know he's in a good offense. You know the weapons that he has. I mean,
Stafford's not the sexy pick.
It's not. Well, Russell Wilson's
you know.
not the sexy pick either. None of that. There aren't that many sexy picks here.
Yeah.
That's forget that. It's more like, okay, you could very well get 2-3 touchdown performance out of Matt Stafford, or you may get the 1 touchdown performance, and then you might see Kyron score 2. So I mean, but that's going to be really probably across the board with anything. You can get Russell Wilson will score 3 touchdowns, and then the following game he'll put up a donut. So yeah, I mean, we can nitpick at each and every one of them.
For sure.
We absolutely could.
Najee caught like 15 or 16 catches in a game as rookie. Yeah, I knew his rookie year. I mean, Roethlisberger was peppering him. That's when Najee finished like top 3 or something in overall points for running backs. But
didn't say he wasn't capable of it.
Yeah, Brees going to be back by week 16.
You don't see it often.
From what I read earlier from Deepak Choka, however say is, he's saying probably be back week 15 or probably more or less week 16. Whoever's going on his knee, he says like a 2 to 3 week kind of thing.
Yeah, my only concern, I said this last night, is if they just decide to shut him down.
Yeah, I think Chef, if he does not wind up on IR on Tuesday, then we'll go through Wednesday, Thursday. We'll go through the rest of the week with monitoring his injury reports. Mm-hmm. But there's a good possibility that they could just put him on IR on Tuesday. There's really no reason for him to be out on the field.
No, there isn't. I mean, the Jets, even if they win out, I don't think they even have. Do they even have a chance at the playoffs?
They maybe mathematically
they would need a lot of help if they win out. I mean,
it's the season's lost. Chef.
Yeah, I think if they're smart, they'll just shut them down. For fantasy owners that would suck, but in the real NFL and as a real team, that's what they should do.
We should have clarity on the situation. I would think Tuesday. If we have no news regarding he's on IR Tuesday, then we should expect to see him on a report Wednesday, whether he's a do not practice or a limited practice, something along those lines. Then we're gonna play the same game next week that we played this week. Yeah, we can't say for sure whether it's 16 or not. No, not yet.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to play McLaurin versus the Eagles. I don't want you to play Scary Terry versus the Eagles.
But that's not this week because the Eagles are playing Carolina this week, aren't they?
Yeah, he's talking.
Maybe Chef's got to buy.
Oh, maybe, huh?
Chef. I don't want to have to play Scary versus the Eagles. I mean, if you might have to play Scary versus the Eagles, depends.
You need better choices.
Yeah. Depends on your other options, right? What else do you have to work with? I get it though, Chef. I get it. Charbonnet or Tyrone. God, man, I love Tyrone. but I love Zach Charbonnet even more this week. Yeah, we're gonna go Zach Charbonnet over Tyrone.
Charbonnet.
Yep.
What's up, SoCal? How you doing, brother?
Oh,
biggest week of the fantasy year.
Oh,
biggest week of the regular season fantasy year. Start 2, Mooney, Judy, Brian Thomas Jr.
We should know these goats rosters by now. We should. I know Quayle's got Mooney. We see it every week. We see Mooney. He's always wondering about fucking Darnell Mooney.
Yep.
And I'd be wondering too. I would. Darnell Mooney.
It's my fault, honestly, because as soon as I started believing in him,
he lost his knee. Yeah.
So
Like
it's my fault.
Like he left his knee like in like the Mercedes Benz dome.
Because if you listen to us early in the year, I'm like Darnell Mooney, no, and then I'm like, oh, okay, Darnell Mooney. So what are you doing? I'm going Brian Thomas Jr. and Judy.
Oh, we go 1 and 2. Mooney and Judy.
Too, just because
Mooney and Judy.
I trust Cousins more as a quarterback than Mac Jones.
Let's get Darnell his 5 or 6 balls, 80. Maybe he gets into the end zone. I don't trust Mac Jones at all. I don't care. I don't care if he's got to throw the ball downfield or not. I don't trust that he could accurately hit Brian Thomas Jr., although I'm sure that he had a good game last week. Can't consistently trust that playing against the Titans. No, thank you. No, thank you. Darnell and Judy.
Yep.
1 point PPR. Braylon Allen over Metcalf or Garrett Wilson.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna leave Garrett in, Clark. I mean, like he's still like the fantasy number 7 wide receiver. Believe it or not.
Is he really?
Yeah. He is 7.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
and
surprise!
It is.
It's just like a lot of like fire smash performances mixed in with like more like garbage.
Like I would have said maybe top 15, maybe top 12, but I didn't think it was top 10.
With
Allen as our back, you think that's going to hurt him though?
Do we want to play both Jets?
No, I think you're only picking one person here.
Yeah.
But I start Braylon Allen over Metcalf or Garrett Wilson. So are you plugging Braylon Allen in? Oh wait, maybe.
She start Braylon Allen over Metcalf.
Okay, yeah, I read that wrong.
I would not start Braylon Allen over Garrett Wilson, but I would start him over DK Metcalf. That's what I would do. And yes, ergo it would be putting, I suppose, 2 Jets into the starting lineup, having both of them out there on a team that doesn't really score a ton of points.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I think I'm okay.
But neither does the Seahawks. So I mean, it's not like you're gaining a ton of offense the other way either.
Yeah, I mean, you always have to when a backup running back goes in. There's always that chance. Everyone expects 1 for 1. For what the starter did. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes these guys are obviously capable of it, but sometimes it doesn't happen. So that's always a risk. But
we've seen what Braylon Allen can do, though.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
I think I'm okay, Braylon. It's risky going 2 Jets, just with the offense overall. But I mean, Garrett Wilson's top
volume-wise. I think I'd go Braylon too.
Yeah. Yes, SoCal. Every week is the biggest week of the fantasy season. And then next week will be the bigger week. And then the week after that's the bigger week.
See, it's limited ad league, and I only have 3 ads left. Not sure if I should use one on Allen. I would use one on Allen.
Oh, so he doesn't even have Braylon Allen.
No. Depends on who you're going to drop the.
Yeah, I mean, Braylon Allen's he's a good matchup this week, but like you just said, it depends who you're dropping for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth the risk, I think.
Yeah, especially because you have 3 ads left.
So if it was your last ad, I'd be a little more hesitant.
Yeah.
Because more injuries are going to happen over the next couple of weeks. I mean, and someone else is going to be the big guy. Someone's going to be sitting out there, and you're going to want them, and you don't want to not be able to do something.
Yeah. I'd pick him up though. What's good? How you doing? Please like and
Frizzleton
subscribe,
James.
everybody.
Hawkinson or Jonnu?
I think
Jonnu's the
John
new
Hughes,
thing
like,
in Miami.
tight end number 5 now. Something like that.
Let's see here. Tight ends. Jonnu is tight end 5 overall points. If you break it down points per game, he is tight end 7 on the year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, he's got three games in a row here with 20 points in a PPR format. He has one more 20-point game. So he's got 4 total 20-point games on the year since week 7.
He might have had a better season than freaking
So
Tyreek
since
Hill.
Tua's come back, I mean, that's why Tyreek isn't Tyreek anymore, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so hard to trust Jonnu Smith. I mean, he's doing it.
And I like Hawkinson.
I mean, Hawkinson's your safer play, I think, in my opinion. I mean, because this kind of goes back to this is like Cade Otton. We saw a huge jump with Cade Otton, and then it's a little different situation because there's not really an injury in Miami or anything that, it's because Jonnu's not just the only option, but you gotta think that Tyreek gets more involved, and it's got to come from somewhere,
Look, he has 2 tight ends on his team.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say that on all my leagues. I don't have 2 tight ends, but the only ones I do are keeper or dynasty. In a redraft format, I will not keep 2 tight ends after my first tight end or my top tight end has a bye.
That makes sense.
Then the second one goes away.
That makes sense.
Because I like to use one spot for my backup tight end and my backup defense and my backup quarterback and my backup kicker. I try to time it out so I can just use one spot to flip. It's just my rotating spot. And then once all those buys are done, you just get who the highest value person is on waivers, who can help you out the most if they get the opportunity. So Hawkinson's your safe bet, but I think Jonnu's the much higher ceiling.
Yeah.
I mean, gotta kind of almost go. Hate to say it.
I like Hawkinson's. Going against Atlanta. I like that better than Miami's or New York's defense.
Yeah, it's just hard to sit a guy that's got triple 20-point games.
Yeah.
I mean, you almost got to ride him while he's hot. I can't blame you if you start Hawkinson, but I can't blame you if you start Jonnu either. Sieg, what are you doing here? Hawkinson or Jonnu?
Jonnu.
All right.
Because of the name. That's not why.
Play 2. Marvin Harrison, Rico, Rashad White. Guessing Braylon Allen. Guessing. Could be Keenan Allen. But since it's all running backs, I'm assuming Braylon.
Except for Marv.
Gonna take Marv.
Oh yeah, Marv. Duh.
I'm gonna take Marv, and I would take, if that's Keenan Allen.
A long week, Jonesy.
I want to take Rico, but if that's Braylon Allen, I would go Marv, Braylon Allen. If that's Keenan Allen, I wouldn't play him with Marv. I would go with Rico against the Bengals. That's what I would do.
It's Braylon Allen. He says.
Okay.
If it's Braylon Allen, I would be okay with him in the flex there.
Yeah, I do Marvin Braylon Allen too.
Yep, agreed.
But Rico, God,
Rico Suave Doddle.
I'm big on Rico. Rico's going to take Rico. I've got Rico taking me to a promised land in one league.
I'm a lot higher on him now than I was 3-4 weeks ago.
Must be listening to the right channel.
Yeah.
What's up, Simcoe? Look at Kincaid coming alive. Johnny 5 is alive. A lot of great questions. Great for Dynasty. I don't know how you could trust Dalton Kincaid coming back here. He wasn't very good, productive when he was on the field. What makes us think that he's going to be all of a sudden magical Dalton? Why would we think that? Why would we? It's a mistake to really, really bank on that. If we're not banking on other players because they're coming off of injury and they've got to be ramped up, so to speak, then I mean, why? Because Dalton Kincaid is playing a different position. He doesn't take the same type of beating. It wasn't very productive when he was on the field. Nevertheless, full PPR: Tracy, Braylon Allen, Curious George, BTJ, 1 RB, 2 flex. Okay.
Pickens popped up on injury report this week too. Yesterday.
2 flex. We must take Pickens here. We must take Curious George, and we must take. I'm gonna go back to Braylon. Here. Curious George and Braylon. If we're choosing between the 2 tight ends here as a separate question, Gray, but I don't like that either, to be honest with you. I don't like either or. What do you think? I mean,
if Kincaid is healthy, I might take Kincaid because at some point, just like other players have been going off, Gray's going to fall off too.
Yeah, it's a TEBC. It's a TEBC is what it really is. So yeah, we know that Noah's scored a couple of times, of games,
and that's the only reason he's even being asked about, though.
Of course, it can easily return right back to Mr. Travis. Easily.
I don't trust that Gray's going to keep up touchdown. I mean, he had 2 games back to back with 2 touchdowns each.
Not at all.
I trust the Chargers defense is better than the Rams defense in his tight ends too.
Yeah, I would go Kincaid if he plays. And then in the other, I'm starting Braylon Allen. I'm starting George Pickens, and I think I'm starting Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. has a good matchup this week. I know you don't trust Mac Jones, but
I don't.
So I'm going Kincaid, Braylon Allen, and then 2 flex. I'm worried about. I keep eye on the injury report for Pickens. If he's out, then
then it's easy.
Yeah, or if they say game time decision, then it's Brian Thomas Jr. And
I mean, and Tracy isn't a bad play this week by any means. I could go Pickens, Braylon Allen, Tracy also. I mean, it's close for me.
If Pickens is a go, then I'm going Pickens over Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay, well, if it is standard, I pick up an RB backup. If it is PPR, I might get a tight end backup. He's a good number. Oh, okay. He's weighing in on a running back tight end dilemma.
The Turgay's giving us his rationalization is what he's doing.
Either way, I'm still picking up a running back.
He's giving us the rationalization on how to have a championship roster. I get it. I love it. Turgay, if that's what's working with you, for you, against your particular league, in your particular league, or your particular league members.
Full PPR. Start 2. Tracy, Charbonnet, JSN.
I'm sitting Tracy.
I agree.
Again, just in this combination, I am kind of concerned that the Seahawks are they're not scoring a lot of points. They're not. So I'm concerned that these two particular players, or even if it was DK with Charbonnet, one may affect the other. It may.
Let me ask you this though: if it was Kenneth Walker, would that change your opinion on anything?
Start Kenny Walker with JSN or start Kenny Walker and DK Metcalf? I mean, the reason we're getting so many of this right now is
Charbonnet is kind of shown though he's kind of a 1-for-1 trade-off.
I feel like Charbonnet may have been scooped up, within the last 24 hours or so. That's why we're getting a lot of questions where these managers already have JSN, they already have DK Metcalf. Charbonnet is the big factor now.
Do you trust Geno Smith as a quarterback more than you trust Drew Lock?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Do you trust Geno Smith as a quarterback more than you trust Drew Lock? That's how I'm basing this, my choice is that. I
honestly feel like that's a wash. I don't really trust either or. I really don't.
I mean, the question comes down to is how much do you think Tracy owns that backfield? Do you think Devin Singletary is a part of that backfield?
And
that's always been the biggest question every single week.
80. He has about 75 to 80% of it, where Charbonnet has probably 95% of it tomorrow.
Yep.
Hey, best case scenario for our GOAT. Best case scenario, you're gonna get full production, full fantasy scoring out of Zach Charbonnet with with a touchdown. Where you may get one of these games out of JSN where it's really, really good for fantasy, but yet he didn't score because again, you don't have a very high scoring affair. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. 110 yards on 6 catches for JSN. That's a pretty good game. That's a good game for you. Of course, you wanted him to score. Zach Charbonnet, over 100 yards total with the touchdown on the ground. That's a really good game for Zach Charbonnet. I see it playing out like that. I really do.
Bucky or Judy, flex, half PPR.
Bucky, half PPR.
Yeah.
I'll go Bucky.
I'll agree.
My boy, Bucky. We should play Bucky over Bijan Robinson this week?
No.
Bijan starts for you every week.
Although it could be tough. Might be a tough game for Bijan tomorrow. Yeah. It might be a tough game for him.
We've seen running backs put up points on the Vikings. Could be a tough game for him, but you're never sitting Bijan Robinson.
No, you're not sitting Bijan Robinson. You may have to die with it tomorrow. Watching Tyler Algier on the goal line, yeah. You might.
We haven't seen one of those in a while.
Well, if I die with it and you get a win, then that's okay, Sieg.
It could very well happen. No, I'm not playing. I'm not gonna play him. I don't have room to play him. I'm playing every other cuff.
I dropped Disley for Benson.
Do you have John Connor? John James? Do you have another? I have Kittle. You have Kittle and Disley. Do you want to attempt to go get Benson now? If you don't have John Connor and you're doing it to take away from the other owner that has Connor, I can't be mad at that.
No,
I can't be mad at that. If you have John Connor, then he should have already been on your team.
Agreed.
J-Goat. Couple of RBs, couple of wide receivers, a flex.
Swift, Garendo, Charbonnet.
Must win this week.
All right, let's break it down let's just start with the running backs. Swift, Garendo, Charbonnet.
I'm going Garendo.
I'm going Garendo and Charbonnet.
That's easy. Yes.
That-
Yes.
And wide receivers, we got Cup, Judy, McConkey, Myers, Adams, Jennings, Brian Thomas Jr.
I'm going Myers for sure.
Cup is always a start.
This
So
is
I think
this is definitely PPR, right? No. Who's
even if it's not, I mean, Cup's always starting for you.
It's tough. It's tough because like it's a must win. They're all must wins right now, to be honest. But yeah, I get it. That J-Man he needs the W to continue to play fantasy football this season. I get it. J-Man. We're here with you. I'm gonna take Cooper. And I'm going to in the matchup. I'm gonna probably go Jacoby. I'm gonna go Jacoby. I'm gonna go with Cup.
What about your flex? Should you do Charbonnet?
No, those are the two running backs, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take one more wide receiver. My apologies. I'm gonna take one more wide receiver. I would love to take Ladd. But questionable.
Yeah.
What time do they play? They play
Chargers
the late game, right?
Mhm.
They probably play the later game.
Chargers play tomorrow night against the Chiefs.
Oh, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's spicy. So I bet you he could hold out for Ladd. If he's ruled out, I bet you could probably pick up another player on that team. Bet you. I would want Ladd McConkey here. I think he's going to, if he plays, he's getting all the targets right now.
Okay,
besides this.
But if he doesn't play, then who are you picking up?
It depends on if Quentin Johnson is available. If I had to. If Will Disley was available, if I had to.
I mean,
if I'm taking Cooper Kupp, I'm gonna take Jacoby Myers, right? That leaves me with Judy or Devontae Adams or Juwan Jennings. Do I have to?
I think Judy, Devontae Adams, Jennings, or Brian Thomas Jr. are all better than anything you can get off waivers, and probably might be just as good as McConkey too.
So we're gonna sit McConkey because he's playing,
unless you get clarification.
And
if you get clarification,
we're probably if we can, that would be wonderful. We're probably not before probably not before 1 o'clock, where Judy's gonna go off, where Jacoby Myers is probably gonna go off 1 o'clock. Devontae Adams is gonna go off at 1 o'clock. Jennings, you may get some clarification, but
I mean, I'm probably just going to play Devontae Adams and just be done with it. It's not like Devontae Adams is the worst option in the world to have.
It's not. It's not.
You're still talking about a guy that what's he?
It's not the worst option. It's just I want to play the dude that Justin Herbert is looking for at all times, or the majority of the times, and that's Ladd McConkey right now.
I go Garando, Cup, Myers, and Jennings.
Oh, he's right there. Okay, so I just looked this up. Ladd McConkey and Devontae Adams, they average in a PPR format. They're both averaging 13.6 points a game. Both of them. I know perception tells you that McConkey is better.
It's not that he's better.
Well, that's what perception is, though. Because Devontae Adams isn't throwing up those 150-yard, 2-touchdown games every other week like we're used to anymore. But Ladd McConkey, the guy that was drafted later, is So it seems like he's doing better. I'm starting Devontae Adams and just unless you get clarification that McConkey is a 100% playing. So I'm not going to let Devontae Adams sit and then go pick up Josh Palmer off waivers. If McConkey can't go, or even a Brandon Cooks on Monday night, or then you're really asking for it.
No, I don't want to shoot any arrows right now. I already have Corum and Vidal and Jalen and Braylon. Jalen and Braylon.
Good man. Or said you were so man. But yeah. And here's the thing. If they get the opportunity, you're gonna want them. Start 2, sit 1. Oh, we already did that.
Yeah.
Alyssa, Flex, Janu, Kelvin Ridley.
Janu.
It's Calvin Ridley for me.
Calvin Ridley's in for a good game.
I'm going Ridley.
By all metrics and advanced data, and Little Jonnu Smith's good play. Put Jonnu Smith in your tight end.
Yeah, it's like me and Ron were just talking before. I'm like, this dude's put up 3 20-point games. It's hard to sit the guy that's that hot, but or is there anyone else that would be Jay Smith that wouldn't be Jonnu? I can't think of anyone.
I can't think. No. Baker.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's gonna be Baker.
You don't come here to listen to our sound effects. Even though we try.
It's good. It's gonna be Baker, but it's not gonna be like this isn't like a home run pick. Kyler Murray could still have a decent game. Kyler Murray could still get you to 20 points. Baker, they're running the ball a hell of a lot better than they have been. They don't really have a good wide receiver too.
Yeah. I just wonder how much is Baker going to have to throw.
It's close. It's close. Well, that's it. That too.
It's obviously a good matchup playing the Raiders, but how much will he have to throw? Where Murray should be in a more competitive game, back and forth, I would think.
They're literally back.
But then again, the Buccaneers' defense is so bad that the Raiders could put up 24 on them, or something, and keep that game competitive.
They're literally back to back.
Yeah,
in ranking.
Just Murray gives you more of the rushing floor.
Let's go. I know I said Baker, and I normally go with my first instinct, my first choice, but I think I'm gonna change it back. I'm gonna go with Kyler here. Kyler at home, right? Kyler at home.
Yeah, they're playing. Yeah, I think I will just for the case that the Buccaneers do get up high. I think they sit Baker halfway through the third.
My gut right away said Murray, but I can make a case for Baker. I think they're
we can So look, I changed my choice. Your initial choices were Murray. Boom, done. Let's start Kyler. Crazy for considering Jacoby Myers having CD Lamb, Cooper Kupp, and Mike Evans. Crazy for considering Jacoby Myers. It's not crazy. No. It's not crazy.
Would I do it though?
Not over Evans.
I don't think I could do it over any of them.
No.
If you're going to, I would sit. Christ almighty. If you were going to do it, I would probably do it for Evans.
No.
Yep.
No.
I would do it for if I said if you had to. If I would start CD for sure. I would start Cooper Cup for sure.
How you?
What do you mean how? It's just I mean
Mike Evans is the only game in town
you
with a capable quarterback.
That's not the same thing. That only
Baker throwing to Mike Evans is a lot different than Cooper Rush throwing to CeeDee Lamb.
The only game in town. No, that's not accurate, Jonesy. A wide receiver being. What do you mean how? Because you still have other people running routes out there. You still do, believe it or not.
We've seen what CeeDee Lamb does with Cooper Rush. There is not a high ceiling there. There's a good steady incoming targets and yardage. Yes. But Evans with Baker, he could throw up 150 and 2 touchdowns any single week.
It's yeah. Look, I said if. I'm not suggesting to do it. I'm not. I think if.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying if too.
More so than not, Jacoby Myers is actually going to be the sit here.
Yeah.
But if you're Emiliano Goat, if you're hell freaking bent, if you want to come back on the show tomorrow night, 7:20, for a Sunday fantasy recap show with the Commissioner Rhino and myself, and say, "Look, man, look what we did here. I started Jacoby. He went for 150 yards and a touchdown. Mike Evans, he had 5 catches for 75 and a touchdown. We'd be like, all right, look, if Jacoby started, you got a little bit better of a game out of him. Like it's not that this is a bad play.
No, they're all great options this week.
The only Brizzleton Goats.
This is a dynasty. Okay, what was he?
We're all dynasty, baby. Dynasty. We'll be starting dynasty shop. Dynasty shop talk, dynasty rankings, rookie watch, draft prospects watch.
Yep.
All coming.
And now is the time also that even if you are out of the playoffs, be looking to start looking at next year, kind of. Yeah. And say, okay, these guys aren't in my future plans next year. And see who's out there that could get an opportunity next year. Just get ahead of the curve.
There's my team like that.
So.
Oh my God! Like you know how many contracts I'm not renewing?
Yeah. All right.
Alexander, Titans or Seahawks D.
Look, I mean, I just called for Kyler Murray about 2 minutes ago that he's going to have around 18 to 20 fantasy points. The Seahawks defense, while they're formidable, while they're pretty solid, what are they really going to? I mean, like, what are we looking for out of these two defenses? Like, do we want
not to go negative?
What do we want from defenses?
Sacks and interceptions, fumbles, mainly sacks.
Which one is more likely to score here?
If I had to choose, I'm gonna go Titans. They're against Jacksonville.
Same here.
Yeah,
it's easy.
Hussein.
Well, we have a meeting. We have a team meeting tonight about 11:45. We're gonna get the troops together. We're gonna speak to them. We're gonna find out how they're doing.
Neighbors, MHJ, D Hop, Lad, Braylon Allen, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Thanks, guys. Neighbors, keep eye because he might not be playing.
Yeah, I haven't.
Iffy. Yep.
Yeah. I think I'd go Braylon Allen and Braylon Allen for sure.
I would do Marv here.
That's what I was leaning to is Marv.
I would do Marv. They gave him like I don't know, 15 targets.
Yeah,
maybe a couple of targets under that. Like again, the reports have been that they want to get him more involved. They're looking for him more often. They need to get him involved.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that's going to, translate into just because you want to do something doesn't mean it happens. It's just they want to. They have a. They have a commitment to it, so that's a good sign. That generally leads to good things when you're committed to it.
Jesse, Braylon Allen, or Chuba Hubbard.
I'm going Braylon.
Yeah,
that's a tough matchup with Philadelphia.
Yeah, Chuba's getting a little trickier now. I mean, he was great, all year long.
A little bit more into his touches now. He did last week. Yeah.
Now is the real time where Brooks, we're gonna start seeing maybe a little more every week, and it hurts Chuba.
This would be the third week, correct? Third week.
Yeah. So definitely Braylon this week.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe.
What?
No, I was just reading. He was just going back to the running back tight end dilemma we had. It just said play it week by week. The problem with doing week by week though is that you, for a running back, for a tight end, sure, you can play week to week, but for a running back, you have to be thinking ahead, because the second that injury happens, unless you're one on the waiver wire or have the most fab, you're not getting them.
Look at all the Braylon Allen and Zach Charbonnets today.
Yep, and Isaac Garendo.
We knew that was going to happen.
Unless you had them or were first waiver priority, you didn't get them. That's why you have to think ahead and think who, if given the opportunity, will perform.
I've been sitting with Zach Charbonnet in one league for God knows how long. Braylon Allen was just recent in a deal. Brees went down. Braylon comes up.
Oh, that's with me.
That was
I've been
with you.
sitting on Vidal all year long in
another league, in another league that you know of. I mean, there's the team that has no handcuff for Brees Hall, but I also have Charbonnet without having Kenny Walker. So the point being, goats. It's phenomenal that all of you guys, right? You're asking us about these players, all these handcuffs that are now thrusted into starting positions. That's fantastic, wonderful. Now it's okay. Now it depends on the situation. Now it depends on who they're playing. Now it depends on. Now we have to actually see for our own eyes how they look, because I mean we've already seen kind of sort of Braylon Allen. We have seen Zach Charbonnet. We have much better sampling with Zach Charbonnet between last year and this year. Yeah. We only have really a 1 game sampling with Isaac Garendo, but we also are kind of banking on the system and the head coach as well. So all these different variables, goats. Nevertheless,
and that's when I'm talking about getting running backs. I'm not saying just go out and get any handcuff out there. You learn throughout the year who the best handcuffs are by the systems and how they perform. That's what we spend the offseason learning. That's what we go into and know what coaches run the best schemes and what players fit into those schemes. And those that are the backfields you want to attack.
Plus, I mean, truth be told, injury history.
Yeah.
Injury history happens to be, and this is a quote, so it's not really mine. I won't ever take credit for shit that's not mine. Injury history is the greatest predictor of future injury.
Yeah.
So Brees Hall shredded his freaking knee 2 years ago. You think it's a coincidence that that Braylon Allen started them all?
Look at Kyron Williams. I am And James Conner.
James Conner.
Those
James
are
Conner.
two guys this year. I can't believe they haven't gotten hurt yet.
Look
But
at
I guarantee you both their handcuffs are probably on the waiver wire.
Look at JK. JK lasted till 13.
Yep. Which is
But
12 more than I thought he would.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, injury history is the greatest predictor of future injury. Clark knows this though. Clark knows this.
Clark would be dropping Jalen Warren to add Braylon Allen, but he has Najee Harris. I would not drop Jalen Warren.
I wouldn't drop Jalen Warren either.
If you have someone else, maybe, but I do not want to drop the direct handcuff.
Yeah.
Especially that one, since you have Najee. If you didn't have Najee, I would say go for it.
Especially because it's like what, probably like a 60-40 split,
but
if not 55-45.
This isn't the must win though, right, Clark? This isn't like, you need to like just put all your eggs down in one basket or you're putting all your chips in. I mean, because like, what if like Braylon Allen does wind up just like having a smash game tomorrow?
Okay, if this is a 1 week thing and he needs it and he doesn't have another option at running back,
because we know that Jalen Warren is he has gotten more work. Yes, it's less than 50% of the total snaps where Najee's still seeing the field more. Yes. And I get the other side of it too. Like, this is Najee's handcuff. This is the standalone running back right now who could be in a flex while Najee starts.
Yep.
So I mean, I get both sides of it. I really do. How are the Dolphins against the run? Have we not bothered to look into that at all tonight? No, I have not. But why don't we, considering we're putting a lot of our eggs in the Braylon Allen basket, right? I mean, like, he is going against the Dolphins team. The Dolphins defense is pretty decent.
They're better against the pass than they are the run.
I think they are too, but let's just double check while we're here. The Dolphins against the rush. Let's not forget, we're banking on Braylon getting a couple of balls from Rodgers. Couple, minimum.
Dolphins right now are middle of the road.
I've got them ranked
in fantasy points given up.
I've got them 9th fewest against the run. So they're giving up 107 a game, and they've given up 11 touchdowns this season. That puts them at 9th. Vikings being number 1, Dolphins are 9th. Yeah, so and against the pass, while we're here.
Well, overall, to the running back position, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. They give up the 13th most fantasy points. They're averaging 17.83.
I'd say
which the worst team is the Panthers at 24 points, and the best team is the Chiefs at 10, and they're at 17. So they're right in the middle of everyone.
I'd say that bodes well for Braylon.
Yeah,
I'd say that bodes well.
Yep.
Pollard or Bucky banged up. Will Bucky see limited targets?
I'm gonna I'm doubling back down on Tony.
Yeah, I'm going Tony Pollard this week.
We had Tony called, or we had a flag planted with Tony last week, and man, I didn't want to come out of the hole until like Wednesday. I didn't. That was just bad.
I know.
That was bad. I'm going back to Tony the Tiger. I'm doubling down. That's it.
I'm going Juwan Jennings.
Well, if Malik Neighbors plays, I'm going Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, if Neighbors is healthy and plays, I'm going Neighbors. But if not,
I think the decision will probably be made for you, though. I would expect Malik to be out, but if he plays, I would go Malik.
Oh, fucking disaster.
Alyssa has McBride at tight end. Oh, she was asking.
That's John. That's John. That's the Johnu.
The Johnu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, McBride's your every week starter.
Yeah.
Flex Calvin Ridley or Zach Charbonnet.
This is a tough one too. In the flex, in PPR, I still think we're going to get a better game out of Zach Charbonnet. PPR, half PPR, I don't get. It doesn't really matter. I still think we're going to get a better. We're going to get north of 25 total touches. Alicia Goat, north of 25 total touches. That's the number. That's a lot of volume.
25 is a lot.
That's a lot. I know it is. I know.
Has Walker ever even gotten 25 in a game?
No. No, yeah.
So why would Charbonnet all of a sudden get 25?
Different running back, different type of workhorse. Kenny Skywalker is he's not a workhorse. And we've seen it. He's the dude that wants to hit the home run on every freaking play, and he winds up just slamming into a lineman.
I would still go Charbonnet here over Ridley. I mean, I love Ridley this week. I think it's a great play.
I'm gonna call for 21 or 22 total carries, and then about another 5 catches. That's gonna get us north of 25. I might be wrong. That is a hefty number, but I think it's doable. I
mean, I would almost. I don't know who your starters are, but I love Ridley this week.
I do.
I'd love to see who you're starting in.
I do too. But I do also.
I'm guessing there are better options, obviously, but Clark, Tua, or Kyler.
Kyler. I think Dobbs will be more run heavy, just because the Jets' defense is passing defense is good.
Run defense stinks.
Yeah, that's why they'll be more run heavy. So I go Kyler. Plus, like you said earlier, rushing upside of Kyler.
Kyler's rushing upside. Clark, you know this. He knows this.
Yeah. Melinda.
What's up, Melinda Coat?
I just want to say thank you to everyone that, comes back. We notice all of you. We recognize you. We appreciate all of you very much. We appreciate the likes,
very much,
the subscribes, and just the general talk. Makes it fun. That's why we're here, because of you. So we need 2: Mooney, Pickens, Elijah Moore, DJ Moore, PPR.
Curious George.
DJ Moore if he plays.
I say DJ Moore and Pickens if they both play. I mean,
okay. What if one of them is out? Who's your next option? Would it be Mooney or Elijah Moore?
Mooney.
I think I'd go Elijah Moore.
Mooney.
I don't believe. I just said that too.
I don't believe.
You know what though, Ron? I might actually agree with you on this one.
I don't believe in Elijah Moore.
He's their space eater. Seems like he gets in the spaces and gets thrown to.
I believe in Elijah Moore until Tillman's back. Kind of like I believe in Judy until Tillman's back. Just because there's one less wide receiver out there commanding for targets.
But if DJ Moore and Pickens are both healthy.
But yeah, if DJ Moore's active, you're playing him. If Pickens is active, you're playing him.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah. Need a wide receiver. Flex.
An honorable mention.
Honorable mention. You want to read those two?
I love it. A wide receiver, put a guy in the flex. Let's give someone an honorable mention. So that's going to be what? DJ Moore, Mooney, the Devote, Coop, as in Amari Cooper, Charbonnet, Rico, Braylon Allen needs a wide receiver, and we're putting one in the flex. I would do here. If he's active and he's good to go, it's going to be DJ Moore. If that is in fact DJ Moore, And for running back, I'm going to go back to Zach Charbonnet. The honorable mention out of all is going to be Rico.
Rico Suave.
Good question. Good question. And it's honestly, it's not foolproof. Jonesy, what do you have? Commissioner, what do you have? It's not that foolproof, though.
Yeah, no. If that's DJ Moore, I'm going DJ Moore. I just hit something. My screen went weird. DJ Moore, running back. So wide receiver to flex. DJ Moore, Charbonnet. Honorable mention, Braylon Allen.
I think I'm going to go Devontae Smith, Charbonnet, and honorable mention Moore.
Hope that helps. It probably didn't because I think we all gave different answers.
Yeah, I like Moore. I like Moore if he's healthy, but
yeah,
I
mean,
like
it's like I've said before. I side with whoever is the alpha on the team, and that's DJ Moore, in my opinion.
And Amari Cooper
Mooney isn't, Devonta Smith isn't, and Amari Cooper could be, but at this time isn't.
Did we establish if that's Amari Cooper?
I would assume so. He's kind of in that same.
Amari Cooper's actually set up for one of these Amari Cooper type of games, isn't he? Like indoors, out of the bad, shitty weather.
Yeah, I need him to.
The Los Angeles.
I need him and Shakir to go off.
The LA fans, the city of Los Angeles, pumping for him tomorrow. I mean, it's not. Again, it's just Josh Allen. He's spreading the ball all over the place, including to Mac Hollins. That's a little bit of a problem. B, I mean, yeah, DJ Moore is still going to be a better option, or at least DJ Moore has come on late. Last few weeks, DJ Moore has played well for the Bears. Yes, since Eberflus has been fired, actually, or no, since new offensive coordinators taken over. Yes. Yep. So that was it. That was actually a couple of weeks prior. Yes. So since the new OC DJ Moore has came to life, but Amari Cooper is a good play. I think he's a good play this week. As much as we love Devontae Smith,
I would probably play Amari Cooper.
I would never play. I would never play. I couldn't do it. No, I couldn't do it. Now the running backs again. This is a difficult one because each of these dudes don't share their backfield. They don't. I bet you the honorable mention happens to be another player that he's going to start. So for me, I'm going to go again. I could see you doing DJ Moore and Charbonnet and Dowdle. Yeah, I think I just arrived at my same three.
Yeah.
Cooper, I think Amari Cooper is in for a good game, though. I really do. I think he's going to have a good game. And I have a feeling that he's going to be on a lot of people's benches tomorrow. And I think he's going to have a good game. Was it Amari Cooper that? 1 second.
Yeah, pick up Zach Charbonnet.
One question. I got a question. That was Amari Cooper that did the lateral, right? To Josh Allen in the snow? He's going to get rewarded for that. That's not his touchdown.
No.
They're
going to reward him for that. Watch.
So this Zach Charbonnet goes back to where he had Jalen Warren and Najee.
No, Clark always has.
Oh, okay.
Like
I still
Clark,
stay with Jalen Warren.
If this is the Clark that I think it is, my friend, the GOAT Clark. Hey, give me a sign. Let me know if it's you from Spaces. B, Always tons of options in free agency. He's the only one that's playing. not that he's the only one that's playing. Like he's on top of it.
Full PPR. Do I drop Josh Downs for Adam Thielen?
No, I wouldn't.
I think Thielen's going to be more consistent.
No, I'll agree with you there.
I'm not saying that he
Yeah,
ceiling.
for I'm a down dude.
Do you need Adam Thielen tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, if you need Thielen this week to play, then
if you don't need if you don't need Adam Thielen tomorrow, you could sit back and wait for the Colts to come out of the bye. If
an IR spot, you can put Josh Downs in.
Josh Downs is healthy. Come next week, you want him starting, or at least viable.
Yeah. Will Levis, Geno Smith.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I have a quarter in my pocket.
Is that Toby Mack?
I'm going Geno here.
I'm going Geno too.
I'd probably always go Geno. Full PPR. Travis Homer. Gus Edwards.
Gus Edwards. Next.
If Swift is out.
I wouldn't start Travis Homer.
I would think about it, but I would probably still start Gus Edwards.
You know what people may be overlooking? Seriously, maybe overlooking this. The Travis Homer is considered like their fourth running back this season. You remember they like Khalil Herbert. Yeah. Travis Homer is not he's not an option. He's not an option.
The problem with Braylon Allen is number one, the Jets suck. Number two, Isaiah Davis will probably get some work. The Jets do suck, yes. And I'm sure there'll be other people involved, but
thank you.
At the end of the day, Braylon will probably take the majority of these carries and
thank you, Froggoats.
Goal line touches if there are any.
Braylon Allen is going to be solid out of the backfield catching the ball. We've seen that. We've seen it in a limited capacity, but he's pretty solid. They drafted him. He's almost like a cut right off of Breece Hall mold.
Yeah.
But yes, the Jets suck. Absolutely, they suck.
So Alyssa is starting Chase Cup. This goes back to I had asked because she asked about Ridley. So she's starting Chase Cup, Chase Brown, Bucky Irving. All good options. I mean, I wouldn't start. I'm not starting Ridley over Chase and Cup.
No.
So, Irving. Irving's got a great matchup this week. Chase Brown
has a good matchup this week too.
So, yeah.
You got a solid team, Alyssa.
Yeah, nice team. Justin, half point. Sit Aaron Jones or Pollard for Charbonnet, Otten, Hubbard, Cooper, Braylon Allen. Are you starting any of those guys over Aaron Jones or Tony Pollard?
I would
half point.
I would roll with. I don't have a problem rolling with Tony Pollard still.
Yeah, but Tony Pollard, I think, is Aaron Jones is the question mark.
Should I sit Aaron Jones straight? Is that SR? Should I sit
senior,
Aaron Jones?
Because Aaron Jones. Yeah, Aaron Jones.
Senior. Oh, I didn't know he was a senior. Should I sit Aaron Jones Senior or Pollard? Well, I wouldn't sit Pollard for either. I mean, I think Pollard and Charbonnet are just as good of plays. Even. Not K. Dotton, no. Not Huber, not Chuba is going to be in a tier below that.
Yeah. I think the question comes down to Braylon Allen or Charbonnet or Aaron Jones. Which one of those three are you choosing? In my opinion,
I wouldn't be playing Aaron Jones at all.
He's had a fumbling issue lately,
and he can't. And
his mom told him he should sit there.
Fumble, and he can't run in between the tackles, and he never has.
No, he's just he's a pure pass catcher. You see, his mom told him,
He's not a pure
you know,
pass catcher.
he's a pass catching. He's a
He's
better
very
pass catcher running back than he is.
He's a
running back.
very good pass catching running back that could really just run on the outside. He runs on the outside. He doesn't run in between the tackles. Nevertheless,
Are you starting Charbonnet or Braylon Allen over him?
over Aaron Jones, yeah, I would do Charbonnet over Aaron Jones for sure.
Yeah, same here.
For sure.
I would honestly, I might do both of them over Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
because I just don't trust Aaron Jones right now.
Here's the problem. Who the hell else is there? Besides Ty Chandler.
Cam Akers.
That's right. That's what I was stuck inside here trying to figure out who the hell else is there. All right. How much value do you think Kenny Gainwell has this week? Very interesting, William. There's two schools of thought here, right? That the Eagles are going to be up so high, so much.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Saquon doesn't play half of the third and all the fourth. And that's likely. That's possible. We're I guess we're banking on Saquon doing his damage in the first half.
Yeah, but the thing is though you would need Saquon to do all of the damage in the first half by so much that he doesn't play the second half, which I doubt that happens.
So back to the question: how much value does Kenny Gainwell have? Borderline.
Same values every week, plus
borderline
20%.
Borderline low end flex option. Borderline.
No.
Borderline.
I would not. I mean, unless I'm in a really
bad spot.
Yeah. I said borderline. Very, very borderline. That's that. You'd have to be hurting. You'd have to be out of any of these other dudes that you've seen mentioned that we've talked about, like Charbonnet, like all these other guys. You don't have any of them as options. You're not. You wouldn't be playing Gainwell for any other reason other than like you think he's going to go off tomorrow because Saquon's not going to play. And I'm here to say he could very well have a decent game. And you'd have to be hurting
bad. Yes.
To start him in the flex tomorrow. That's it.
Yeah.
Your expectations should be anywhere between 6 to 10 points.
Yeah.
And that's generous. That's generous.
Just looking back throughout the whole year, I mean, Gainwell's had one game over 7 carries. So, I mean,
and
he's probably going to get 5, 6, 7 carries. Could he go higher? Maybe. But
right, the theory is now.
I'm not trusting that though.
It's a heavy roll of the dice. It really is. It absolutely is. But again, based on who they're playing, based on the fact that many actually think that this is going to get out of hand, you could expect to see Kenny Gainwell playing an increased role tomorrow. And that's not out of the question. Now, what does he do with that increased role? That's why it's borderline flex. It really is.
This is Clark from Spaces. Sieg.
That's my guy. It's my fucking goat. I knew it. It's the
Since it's limited ad league, some teams don't have any left, and some teams have checked out. Yep.
But the goat doesn't ever check out.
But,
the goat checks in.
But you still gotta look at every week how many ads the people that are still in playoff contention or the people that are in, kind of like just in a fab league, when there's a high value free agent available, you don't just blow out the rest of your money on that guy. You look at how much money your opponents have left and figure out, okay, if I have $100 and everyone else, the highest person has 60, you just bid 61 and then you keep the rest. You're guaranteed to get the guy and you still got money left, so just keep an eye on those things. But
my guy, man, appreciate you, Clark.
McCormick. McCormick.
Abdullah. Where's that coin, Sieg?
It sits around here somewhere.
I'm still going McCormick.
Yeah, if I had to choose, I think I'm going to choose McCormick just because I think they're going to want to see him more. But
Do you have Kenny Gainwell, Schnabel? No. I mean, like, yeah, like how many catches could Amir Abdullah really rack up where it becomes like equal to what Sincere could possibly do on the ground? I mean,
and that's if Madison sits.
And that's if
Madison plays, then it's a huge mess.
Roll the dice with Sincere McCormick.
Yeah.
If Alexander Madison is ruled out inactive, and you'll know that you will know that either very, very early this morning or at 11:30 tomorrow.
Yep.
Before the game.
90 minutes before kickoff of any game is when inactives come out.
Or you'll get
so your best thing to do is to watch Adam Schefter on Twitter, and just 90 minutes before whatever group of games it is or whatever, just pay attention. You'll know who's active, who's not, or just Google it. Usually you'll find something.
What's up, Stuart? What's up, gents? Need 3 T. Evans, Ladd, or Cup in full PPR. I'm going T. Evans and Cup.
Agreed.
We're all sitting, Ladd.
Yeah, I think. I mean, to me, it would come down to Ladd or T. Higgins, but here's the thing: you also have the Bengals on Monday night, so you actually could wait. And you're going to know Ladd's availability before you have to.
I would play Ladd over T. Higgins.
If he's healthy, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot the Bengals were Monday. So, yeah, you could go Ladd over T if you wanted to, because you'll know that beforehand.
And Cup, yes. Cup, you could put it now. Stewart, Orchards, Sickle, Goat. Could you put get the little goat thing? The goat icon, emoji, whatever the hell you want to call it. My little brother.
That's just wrong. And I'm walking in tears ACL. That's not.
My little brother just told me to drop Kenny.
Congrats, little brother.
Kenny Walker, because he tore his ACL. And then I picked him up. I will never understand him.
I'd be dropping some elbows.
Just wait till he goes to sleep, and then if you live together, and then just go grab his phone and
or if you're the
drop him.
You guys
necessarily
good. Are you guys in the same league? Do you guys play together?
It's a good lesson to be learned, though, that you should always double check your news.
Don't play. I know, and also you're gonna hear from many. Don't like fantasy's fun. Fantasy, you play with family. You should never play fantasy with family. Never. Yeah. It doesn't lead to anything good. Like this. And collusion, by the way. Family members collude with one another.
Yeah, but so do normal people.
It's true, but I think would probably be a lot easier. Like I could see there being more collusion with family members.
Khalil Shakir at LA Rams or Braylon Allen.
I'm playing Shakir against the Rams.
Playing Braylon Allen against the Dolphins. Playing Braylon Allen with full volume.
I mean, Shakir's a steady. We know he's probably going to get 4-5 catches, maybe. I would say. I just think the upside could be higher with Braylon Allen. But there's more risk. Shakir's a safer play. Braylon Allen's the ceiling play.
Full PPR. So I'm going Shakira.
Chig Okonkwo or Noah Gray. I don't think I've heard a Chig question this entire year.
There's There's got to be another option besides Chig. And I'm actually going to go out on a limb and say there's another option besides Noah Gray as well. But there may not be. Out of these two, it's going to be Noah Gray.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
The guy's brother just chimed in.
Can you imagine this dude Chiga Kongwa actually winds up scoring?
I just told my brother to drop Kenneth Gainwell because he tore his ACL. What a dummy.
Make sure you and your brother subscribe to the channel, my friend.
Yeah, and keep us
Thank you very
updated.
much.
Yeah, yes,
We want to know how this league plays out. Start one: Jennings, Pacheco, Hunt, or Neighbors.
I'm going Jennings.
Look at the Quincy goat.
If Neighbors is out, I'm going Jennings. If Neighbors is playing, I'll go Neighbors.
I will agree. I'm going to try to avoid that Kansas City backfield.
Yeah.
Half PPR, Shakir, Debo, Neighbors.
You get all the Shakir now.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
2.5 PPRs. Debo's one.
Oh, 2. Okay, so Allen and
Debo's one, and if Neighbors is playing, that's the second.
I think it's just one wide receiver who's playing for his wide receiver two
who to
spot.
play at wide receiver 2. Oh, who to play at wide receiver.
Yeah.
So his second wide receiver.
Yeah.
Debo.
I would probably go with Debo here too.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, some people are they get screwed up like that. They do. You start cheating, and it's not good.
Yeah. Start 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flex.
Quincy Goat.
All right, 2 running backs. Let's start there. Kyron,
Quincy Goat came for the Rhino.
Braylon. I mean, Kyron's 1. Are you going Tracy or Braylon Allen in the second spot?
I'm going Braylon Allen.
I'm going Braylon Allen. Wide receivers: Mooney, Lamb, Debo, Jennings, Cup. I mean, Cup and Lamb.
Yeah, Cup and Lamb.
Opinion. And then 2 flex. I'd probably want to get Tracy in there.
And Debo.
Tracy and Debo. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I would do.
Nah, these guys are they're going crazy in their own home.
Yeah. You won't unlock your door. No.
This is probably a good time now to say goodnight.
One more. James Conner, Elijah Moore.
Connor.
PPR. Oh, maybe we'll go do another. If you have any questions, get them in the next 10 seconds.
For Quincy, for sure.
Yep. Anyone else, though? You got 10 seconds to get a question.
Yeah, Schnabel Goat. I would go Connor here, too.
Connor, for sure, yeah.
For sure.
All right. Running backs. Start 2. Kamara, Kyron, Bucky, Braylon Allen.
3 flex.
Yeah. Well, we'll just start with the 2. We'll just do it like we've been doing it. 2 running backs, then do the 2 wide receivers, and then pick the rest. I mean, Kamara, Kyron. We're going to choose more, but we'll just start there. We'll just say. And then 2 wide receivers. Debo, Pickens, Myers, Marvin Harrison. Let's choose from those. Myers, Marvin Harrison.
I think I'd go Myers and Pickens. I do Myers and Marvin Harrison.
Because we got 3 flex. Here's the
like
thing. You could start all 4 of these running backs.
I like that. That's the way I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
And then you're only starting 3 wide receivers total.
So I start Myers, MHJ, Marvin Harrison, and then probably
or Debo.
I think Debo's going to be getting some handoffs in the backfield too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
I mean, the last MVS and West, Burka, Kine. Those guys are out. Don't even think about them.
No. All right.
So, okay. Well, thanks for coming, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
If you haven't, please hit that like and subscribe. It helps us.
And join me in Sieg tomorrow.
It helps us get in front of other faces.
We need audio visual equipment like Jonesy here. So yeah, the likes and the subscribes.
Yeah.
Hey,
I got the same mic as you. Got the cool little light on the bottom. I don't know how do you even change that? You just tap it. I don't even know how to use the thing.
Wait, but you have the extension.
Yeah.
I didn't get one of those.
Well, I bought it with one. It came with one.
Oh,
It was like $40.
I need one of those because I'm just like
it's weird though. Like getting used to it.
Should we end the show?
And can you guys hear that? Like when I do that?
No,
you
these
hear
like
ding,
outtakes.
ding, ding, ding? Yeah. See, that's what I don't like. But I got to figure this out more so you get less like noise from me like hitting stuff with cords and stuff.
All right.
Ron wants to go. He wants to go eat.
Yeah.
See you guys tomorrow night, 7:30, 7:20.
You are welcome, everyone.
Appreciate you, Clark Goat. Appreciate you,
We
goats.
appreciate
All
you guys
the
more.
goats. All the goats.
Thank you all.
Good luck tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Deuces.